What's going down, everybody? You are tapped in with Jammin with Juice. I'm your girl, Noni Juice. As usual, always keeping it juicy. That is my guy, Ben Jammin over there.
It's amazing.
And as you guys were listening before, we have a very special guest in the building. We got T to the motherloving K.
That's right. That's
okay?
right. That's right.
And we're just having a really great discussion just about everything, I would say. It's nothing too specific. But I love that, the conversational piece of it all. And I absolutely love that we were able to get you here. You kept your word. That is something that people is lacking today, for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know if it's a millennial thing or a Gen Z thing or what it is, but people do not hold their word
It's
anymore.
embarrassing. That's why I stay in the house. Because the people out there in the world is just so crazy. I meet people in marketing. I meet people who've been doing stuff for different individuals for years. I run into them. And all people have to do is say, I can't do it.
Right.
But people will get your information. You'll talk to them try to talk to them almost every day.
Yeah.
And nobody knows how to just say, yo, I can't do it. And you still respect them the same way. Or they make up excuses. Oh, I was doing this before I ran into you. I was doing that. Yo, that's not what you said when we exchanged information.
Yeah.
You said that you could do X, Y, and Z. So I'm taking it very seriously that you can handle this. And if you can't move that way, I cut it off as quickly as possible. But it's like I hate these type of people exist. Sometimes I wish I was a dictator so that when people do something crazy,
like
I could just have them, have their necks cut.
Yeah.
Like I get that. That's the irritation that I get out of people. Because I think these type of people shouldn't be on this planet. You know, when you're a gaslighter, a narcissist, and it's just too many of these people exist.
How do you think we build better morale in America? Let's just start right there.
You just got to have a good foundation. I think you got to have, when I see children out with their parents and that child is running wild and crazy, or that child is out of control, it tells me the leadership of the father and the mother. It tells me that the father and mother doesn't have control of their home. It tells me that you just allow your child to do anything that they want to do. When your child is out and on a date and your boy or girl and they reckless, the way they move, the way they talk, when they come to somebody's house, they just don't sit down. They just come through your home and they'll touch things without asking, can I go into your refrigerator? Without saying, can I use your bathroom? Without saying, if they're in your hotel room, they just start opening doors without permission. Like, that's not, you wasn't raised right. A person that's raised right stays in control, they're in composure, and they move after being polite, asking, can they do X, Y, and Z? And the structure here is just horrible. Even when I see kids who are gay, I say to myself, the mother or father was the weak link in the family.
Interesting.
Where do you think?
This is my opinion.
Where do you think the shift kind of started happening to where kids aren't being raised right as they used to be raised right?
Who
With our
raised you?
grandmas and our grandpas.
I think kids are having kids too young. And when you have kids too young, you want to be their friend. And parents sometimes will let their child have a child. Like, you know, your kid, life is about to be ruined, but you want this child to have this child at 21, 22 years old. And the mother or father is happy that they're about to be a grandfather or grandmother, not looking at the future, and looking at the future of your child, knowing that this child can hold you back. Because most times when you have sex with a man, he don't really have his life together, right? So you just had sex, you know. And I tell people, times sex makes babies, not love.
There you go.
So you're out here enjoying yourself, but nobody's thinking about the consequences. I had a gentleman on my podcast one time. He was dating this local girl. I guess she had been with a lot of people in the neighborhood. And he still had sex with her. And he said he put a condom on and that that the condom broke. And I want ladies to know around the world there's not a penis on this planet that's sharp at the tip that make a condom break. Most men set themselves up. They punch a little hole or a needle in the condom. They put it on their penis. And then when they have sex, the condom keeps going back, and then the hole gets bigger. So they try to tell the female that the condom broke, but it's one of the most slickest games that a man could do. They think they being slick.
So what reason?
They think they being slick, but they really set themselves up. They sabotaging themselves.
Yeah.
Because you're about to have a child with someone you don't want to be with.
You talking about entrapment then?
That's entrap. They entrap themselves.
Yeah.
But why?
Because a man, it's like some guys, like with Puff puts lace women's drinks with champagne and whatever they put in it. Because some men just think that's some fly stuff to do to see that they could get away with it. But there's so many men on this planet that have done that, have punched a hole in the counter, got a child. Now, don't get me wrong. If you did it with the right person, okay, it was a win.
It is what it is,
right?
yeah.
Because women do it too. Women entrap men, and I'm having this baby, and we're gonna be stuck together. It goes both ways. Sometimes a girl's just so fine, a dude like, I'll never be able to do this again, and they'll do that. But if she's pregnant by him, then he knows that he has to be with her for us life. That's why the world is just so corrupt to me.
Oh my God!
You know, because Juice, you asked TK in regards to like why this world's generation is the way it is, why the kids are, and I ain't gonna lie, TK. I think one of the biggest reasons is like how you just said. It's because there's basically babies having babies, and like I kind of think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's one of the biggest reasons is because like okay, if you're 20 years old, you don't got your life together yet or whatever. I feel like you don't even have like enough life experience yet, like built within inside of you to pass on to that seed. So when that seed is brought up, like, what blueprint does it have to go off of? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what you're talking about is intelligence.
Okay.
A lot of people in life are not moving through life with intelligence. A lot of people are moving through life just on energy. People are just dating anybody without understanding not understanding the character of the person.
Yeah.
Sex doesn't have to have feelings. Sex doesn't have to have this beautiful person behind it.
Just has to feel good.
Yeah, you're just like, oh man, I got this girl over my house, and we about to have a good time.
Yeah.
And they got things now. Just in college, they just having sex without commitment. Like the girls are into this more now than the men. They just having sex. There's no commitment. We're just doing it. And even in the schools, it's just in the elementary schools, it's so bad. Like a kid today can't even go to school without being pressured.
But do you think that, like, because you said before, in your time, the generations was kind of the same. So, like, was people out here, just tapping
But we still was careful, though. Everybody, you get that little girl that was valedictorian in high school. Her boyfriend probably was in first year of college.
Yeah.
Came home for prom, stayed out one night, after the prom, did the thing, boom, boom, boom. Now she's pregnant. She don't want to go to school. She want to stay local, but she got a scholarship to this other school.
Interesting.
Her parents is amazed. Everybody's crying, but they can't tell her she can't get an abortion because that's her body, and nobody say, oh, you don't have the child. And some parents, say, have the kid, we'll take care of the kid. You're going to go to school, right?
Yeah.
You get those situations now and then. But most people don't get it. All you got to do is on Monday, go downtown and go to the child support center, and the line will be around the corner like you're going to see a Future and Drake concert. Because so many people is getting up on trying to take the guys to child support. And I always tell women, if you have ever said my baby daddy is a bum, that means you was easy to sleep with.
That's real though, because honestly I heard you say that in one of your past interviews.
Yes.
And I was like, dog, here you go kicking some more game, like.
Right. Kicking some more game.
I mean, that's what TK do.
Yeah, but that's the truth. A lot of people don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
But he was easy to sleep with.
But do you think that people in a relationship can end up changing who they say that they were in the beginning?
Yeah, you can change, but sometimes the mistakes are the mistakes. You can have a baby at 22 and still turn out to be a great person in life. Nobody's discussing that. I just think when you have a child too young, you got a young man who went to college, got his life together, he's making money, but he sees this beautiful girl. Oh, she fine.
Willing to risk it all.
And he's like, he meets her at the club. They start talking a couple of days later, and she mentions, oh, I have 3 kids, but he's crazy about her.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna rock with you and look out for your children as well. That's serious. A lot of men go down that path. If I was a financial advisor and I had a board up on the screen and his baby mama with 3 kids, baby mama, good education, 2 kids, baby mama just graduated from college, good credit, got a good foundation, I'm going to tell my client to go with the situation that's the least amount of struggle. But most men will choose the girl with the fat butt, cute, and the 3 kids, and the little money that he got, which is $5,000-$10,000, think that's going to last a long time. But to take on a family that's already made, you got to be financially prepared. Like one of my friends, his cousin met a girl from Ohio, went and picked her up. He was doing good, always had money.
Yeah.
He got her, brought her down. She just got a divorce or separation. He wanted to be this. See, everybody want to be a man, right? I want to be a man. And you take care of another man's responsibilities, you know. You putting it through, you know, you paying all the bills. She got 2 kids. You taking care of her kids. You know, they got a dog. You taking care of the dog. She happens to know family in the area. You know, that he's going by, picking them up, bringing them to the house. Now you had a decent life. Now you're drinking beer. You know, you don't want to come home.
Yeah.
You know, the woman that you only that didn't have even known a year, 2 years, she got her shoes under the bed.
Why do you think that is, though, TK? Like, what? Like
most men choose the wrong path.
Do you think it's because, like, out of like kind of what you just said right there is like, you know what, you see this beautiful woman and you want to take care of her, right? Like, because it's kind of innate in our DNA to want to take care of a woman. But you see the kids, so you're like, I can handle this.
Right.
What do you think that is? Like, where does that come from in us?
Just some craziness.
Yeah.
And you need people like me to put it out there to make sure. And there's nothing wrong with the female. I just say, ladies, I just think it's unfair that a man has to clean up your mistakes.
Interesting.
But here's the game. Because me and Kevin Samuels and Blab was going to do an interview. And Kevin Samuels died right before we did the interview. And Kevin Samuels, to me, was just hard on women, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't giving them game. He was telling the truth. He was definitely telling the truth. But he wasn't giving the game. So our interview was going to be Kevin Samuels talk about the situations of women not being a 7, how you overthink and stuff. Yeah. And I was going to give him the game. So let's take a woman with 2 kids.
Okay.
Gorgeous. So here's the game. The game is, baby, make sure you raise your kids until they're 18, 19 years old. Make sure during that time you take care of your body and make sure you look good. But at the same time, you're working on yourself. Because after your kids is 18, 21, I got this philosophy called you're reborn. Now, when you're reborn, your kids is out. You're doing your thing. You went to school. You got your life together. But you look good because always remember this one thing, ladies. Men are visual. If you walk around here, start getting a fat belly, you walk around here, that ain't your real hair, but underneath you got alopecia. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking care of your breasts, your stomach and flabby and all that. Nobody's giving our women this knowledge. So you got to take care of yourself. Now, here's the flip side. Now, guys, if you have a horrible body.
Right.
You got a lot of money or you're ashy all the time. You know, you got to start going to the mall, Walmart, Target, Brooks Brothers, and start wearing pajamas. A lot of men don't wear pajamas.
Why we need pajamas?
You need pajamas because it shows elegance. It shows class. You're walking around with a T-shirt on, shorts, socks, and slides, walking through the house. But you guys are not well groomed for that, right? You're looking dirty. You're looking sloppy. You're going to the door, getting your Uber Eats, and you just look like you just ghettofied.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you ain't got to sleep in your pajamas. It's just that when you walk through the home, you should look presentable. You know, even when your girl look at you, because some of y'all ain't got nice bodies. Yeah. So you walking around, and your girl seeing a man with a flat butt. He got nappy hair all going down his legs. You know what I'm saying? His chest is on his stomach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? His nails ain't clipped. What's that thing when guys snort? You can hear them doing that, and it's not going back up in their nose.
Swallowing their mucus and stuff.
Yeah, men have so many bad habits, and women sometimes will put up with it, but still hard. We got a lot of hair under your arms, looking like a wolf. You know, you got nappy hair all on your chest. Some of you guys don't man cave. You don't keep yourself clean. Yeah. You know, and hair everywhere. And what I tell people, if a woman has oral sex with a man and one of them hairs get in her eye, oh, dog.
It's raps.
It's a rap. Or in your nose.
Yeah.
A lot of women, when they say they have sinus infection, that's not sinus. It's a hair from an OG's nose or one of your boyfriends that got up in your nose, and now you're sneezing for the rest of your life because doctors have found that they'll have a cure for it.
All right, I got 2 questions. Let me go to the first one.
TK.
Let me go to the first one. It's not really a question. It's more of I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying as far as, let's say, a woman with 2 kids, right? You're telling them, raise them to 18, stay looking good, stay doing the things you have to do. So what you're saying is if they have kids, up until the kid is 18, she kind of has to focus on just the kids and herself and kind of do it alone, essentially?
When you was in the bedroom, didn't you do it by yourself?
When you were in the bedroom?
When you slept with a man and had a baby and you got pregnant,
Yeah.
was that guy that you just met in the room?
Yes.
No, talk about the stepfather.
Oh, the stepfather. No.
The boyfriend was in the room. So
No.
why should I be responsible for your bad planning?
What if?
No, what if? Let's stay focused. Your bad planning should not be my emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Why? See, most men think that's what they're supposed to do. And it's based on choices. You do what you want to do.
Right.
But here we just talk about honest facts.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why should all the money I made in my life, because you are this beautiful girl, I should risk it on you when I could take my time and meet somebody else? Because there's millions of people on this planet.
Right.
I've been on this planet a long time.
Yeah.
Guess what I know? I know I could find somebody that look just as good as you or better than you.
Right.
I know somebody that might have more money than you and got their life the way I really want them to have their life.
But didn't you say it's about the character? What if you can't find that woman's character in another woman?
Then you still look. Because you will find it.
Okay.
Too many people on this planet not to find it. It's just that some men don't have the confidence to continue looking. Some men give up so easily and they just stick with that. I'm here to tell you that if you take your time and get your life together, you can find that person with the character.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
I mean, there's like 8 billion people right now on the planet.
Yeah, like people, see people talk about, I got married to my high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
You don't live your whole life.
Yeah.
And then you circle back 30 years to someone that you met in the 9th grade. You know what that tells me? You haven't grown.
Interesting.
Because you still got the same kind of taste you had 20 years ago. Life should be about growth. The same people you liked 10, 15 years ago, you should not like them once you left their circle. You should not like the same person you was interested in 10 years ago. If you traveled, now if you met each other at the same time and you married, like he's been this girl 8 years, that's different. I'm talking about you left, you traveled the world, you see how the world is, and you come back and you're like, I saw so-and-so, and I want to date her.
But what about like Ashanti and Nelly right now, though? Like
But they was together when they were young.
Yeah, they were young. They took a break. It was like on and off, and now they kind of got it back on track. They've matured.
They kind of got it back together. We don't really know how that's going to happen. One thing I know about Nelly's a player. Nelly's a player.
Like currently?
No, I don't know about his current situation.
Right.
He's a player.
All right.
What I mean by a player, once you're a player, you're always a player.
I ain't gonna disagree because I ain't got to that stage yet.
Yeah, once you're a player, in order to get right and not be a player, you got to bring God into your life. You got to pray a lot more. You have to. That person that you with has to be. This is my opinion. If I settle down, the woman that I have to be with has to be amazing in bed, because I could have been a porn star.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I want to make sure that when we're in bed, we are like we got to have a good time.
Yeah.
You can't be this quiet woman. You can't be a person that hold your emotion, and I'm not having it.
You got to start like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, and I don't need no threesomes.
Yeah.
Been through all that in my life. As you get older, your bedroom is sacred.
Yeah.
It's when you shut them doors, it's between you and your loved one, and you just love her, right? That's what's important to me. But as you go through life, and you was a player, it's really hard because now you know how you want a person to be.
What's one of your like most important life lessons that you've learned in your life? Because you can write you've written books before, but you.
No, I've never written a book.
No,
but
I'm waiting for the book.
I'm about to start a book. Yeah, we working on it now. Matter of fact.
Yeah, because you definitely deserve a book, TK. I mean, you got all these hip hop stories. You got stories about life.
Well, my book is not going to be about my history.
What would it be about?
My book is going to be a manual for the streets. It's going to be life lessons. It's going to be something that you can look at generation after generation and live by.
You talking about like the art of war?
Yeah,
you talking about 48 laws of power?
Yeah, I'm talking about. It's gonna be called "Who Raised You?" The manual.
Yeah,
and that book is gonna be. That's how deep I want that book to be.
You know what, TK? I always hear you ask that question, like, "Who raised you?" And I know you use that in a lot of your sets. But dog, like, who raised you? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think everybody raises me. I think what people don't understand, you can learn something from everybody you meet. And I think the people that you run into, then it comes down to choices.
Yeah.
You know, you ever notice that a rapper will be this nice kid, and then once he gets a record deal because of the people he hang out with, now his face is tattooed, he's taking lean.
Yeah.
You know, he start catching cases.
That's his environment.
You know, the same thing with men. They make bad choices. You'll be this good person, and then sometimes you meet these people who are smooth, who got swag about it. You think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Now you rolling weed. Now you setting yourself back. Think about how many people who are extremely intelligent that wind up going to court and catching cases because they hung with the wrong people. They was influenced by the wrong thing. So everything comes down to decision. We all are influenced or programmed some way, right? You can watch TV and say, "Yo, them some fly sneakers."
Right. Program. Now you finna go buy. Now you want.
You're right. We watch TV all day. And they got the commercials on that you're depressed. Well, guess what? Now you're depressed. Now, if you've been watching since you was a kid, this in your brains. Nobody can tell you that you're not depressed. You're gonna fight that person. Yo, I am depressed. You can't tell me I'm not depressed.
Right.
But you was programmed not knowing it. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who are mentally ill and have chemical imbalance. Yeah, that does happen. Yeah. But the way they talk about it, I mean, you actually got commercials on every 5 minutes about depression.
Nah, that's real. That's real.
Every 5 minutes. People don't understand their programs.
Do you think, because, TK, I heard you talk about this before, when you talk about depression and again, actually, I wish I could remember the gentleman, young dude's podcast that you was on a few weeks ago, I want to say.
Was it Fresh and Fit?
No, I saw theirs. Nah,
okay.
It was some young cats. Dang, I wish I remember. They want to give them a shout out. I thought they did a lovely interview piece with you.
Okay.
But ultimately, do you think there's like an agenda with this whole mental health thing? Because you said before, it's like, dog, when we were growing up, it wasn't no depression. Like, get your ass up and get a job, go work out.
That's
go do
how it was
things.
when we was growing up. It sure was. Like back in the day, we worked out, we played out in the sun. Ain't nobody got no skin cancer. Now they got sunscreen.
Right.
They talk about make sure you put this ointment on before you go out in the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy what society has done, the great manipulation of the world, down to things that you think you're supposed to need. Like the biggest hustle was the diamonds when they created, diamond rings.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
The diamond ring thing was a hustle. They said you had to make 3 times more than what you made, and it was the ultimate gift for a woman, and then all this kind of stuff.
The marketing.
And Google it, how the diamond market started. It's in the 50s, and they created these commercials, and bam, the rest is history. Let's take Apple. Apple. Look at their marketing. Their phones are still the same. Only thing they really created was a better camera. You mean to tell me you could have done this on the first one?
Yeah.
But if you do your research, most of their phones is like $1,200 a phone. Do you know if you'd have put $1,200 every year in the stock of Apple, that you would have over $200,000, $300,000 if you started 20 years ago? Because we about this i15, right?
I think it's the 15.
Yeah, this is 15. Imagine now just putting that money into their stock
for 15 years.
I was telling people the other day, if you got an annuity for $10,000, $20,000, your $10,000 annuity in 20 years is $296,000. $20,000 an annuity with compound interest is $596,000. This is facts. You can go to IRS, Gov, IRS. Investor Gov. Yeah, Investor Gov. Yeah, pull that up. Investor Gov. You'll see it.
So how do you reprogram your mind? Would you say just get off of social media, read a book somewhere once yours, comes out, read Who Raised You?
No. You have to be involved a little bit in everything. You got to be on social media a little bit. Mm-hmm. You got to read, I read the Wall Street Journal. I read the LA Times. I read the papers, and I don't read the whole paper. I read things that I'm interested in. Like I'm really interested in Ukraine. I'm really interested in Palestine, Gaza, Israel, and Iran. These things always catch my attention because I see the trick that they have done with the world. See, when I was coming up in the 70s, it was Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was like the main enemy.
That was the main thing. See, and I just see what America does every 10, 15 years, right, to the American people.
Pattern.
Right, it's a pattern. But what people don't know that when people agree to war, the senators and the people in Congress are already invested in war stock. And they have these companies that they know that does the equipment for sending people to war. Mm-hmm. Well, their portfolio goes up and they invest in that. So the people on Congress, the senators and all that, have an incentive to go to war because they make money. They all get rich overnight.
What's your perspective on this whole Ukraine, Russian war? It kind of seems like we're finna do like a whole nother world war. It seems like World War III is about to happen.
Yeah,
Donald Trump might be the president.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but life is for the tough.
Marxism.
You gotta be tough to go through life now. This ain't no game. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are. Your mindset got to truly be on point because we got so many things coming at us. We got the LGBTQ. We got liars.
Yeah.
We got men. The robbing thing is really bad. You have women lying about sexual assault to a certain extent, right? You still have racism to the highest level. The black man has so many minefields. That's how come when you see people my age, 64, like, yo, you made it. You're still alive. Like, you didn't hit too many minefields that knocked you off your square, and you achieved certain things. So that's what I want people to take respect when they see not just me, but older people who, if you lived that long, to understand the minefields they stepped over to be here today. Because it's getting worse and worse.
See, honestly, TK, for me, like, again, I'm a young black man, right?
You're a young man.
Yeah, I'm a young black man, and one of the things that always intrigued me about just being black in America, right? Like, and becoming successful in America is like you literally had to mold your mind to, like you said, step over those bombs and stuff, right?
Yes.
You had to get past those things. Like, what was one of the things in your mind as you were coming up to be like, you know what? I'm not going this way. I'm not going that way. I'm going TK's way.
Well, I've done it. I've messed up a lot.
Yeah.
And I really didn't start getting it together until I was in my 40s.
Okay.
And I tell people you don't become a man until you're about 45. If you really focus on controlling your emotions, about 45 you start becoming a man. And I break it down like this. Most people leave home when they're 18, 19 years old. Well, 22 you can't be a grown person. You think because you went through certain experiences that you got life experience. That's not enough time on this planet. And one of my analogies is, say you had a corporation and a person came in that only been on their own for 3 years, 18, 21 years old. But then you got a person who's 40. Who would you hire?
The person with experience.
The person with experience. And that's the same thing with life. You want someone that knows how to control the climate of the room. Imagine when you was young, stuff you used to get upset about.
Yeah.
You think about it now, yo, I can't believe I used to get upset over that BS. That's crazy I move like that. Like we got men who can't stand rejection. They ask a girl for their phone number. The dudes
killing them now.
They want to shoot the girl. They want to shoot her friends. Then they find out where they live. They shoot the mama, the kids there. Yeah. It's just bad not understanding that if a girl tell you no, that builds character. Guess what? Because the girl on the other side of that club might like you. That's okay, sister. It's cool. Then you walk around the club, you see somebody else, hey, how you doing, sister?
Yeah.
And she looking at you, hey, baby. And as a man, I always tell guys, when you're in a woman's presence, after 5 minutes, you look at the bartender, yo, let me get her a drink. Right, that's how it was when we was young. Give her a drink. And you saw some homies on the side. You said, yo, send them a bottle of Dom Perignon, And they're like, yo, who sent it? And they turn around and see and you go, and they know it's you.
That's player.
Yeah, that's what, player to player, pimp to pimp. This is the stuff that I try to share with the world before I leave here, because I want everybody to know how we move,
But dog, like, it seems like that might be difficult these days. Like,
it is difficult because people don't have money no more. People don't have self-esteem. People don't have swag, right? They don't have swag. You gotta be confident to roll up on a woman.
Who teaches that though?
Fathers, OGs like me, because they listening. Trust me, and since I've been doing this, I know for a fact I got 1,500 to 2,000 young men that has changed their life. I just did an interview the other day, a kid in Philly, and he was saying, "Yo, I've been watching you since I was 22 years old, and you have changed my life." And when he came to my show, he had a young lady with him that was using profanity, and we took a picture. I said, "Yo, you dating her?" He already stood. He already knew what I was saying. Because I don't want nobody who rock with me. No disrespect that a young lady used profanity, but I teach people how to use profanity. I tell women, when you very attractive or just a nice lady, you shouldn't use profanity because it devalues your beauty. I'm not saying not curse. I'm saying use it when you're really mad, so people know you're really mad. Just think about it for a second. You had kids. You start dating this girl, you like her. If she's using a lot of profanity, you don't want her to meet your mother. You don't want to bring that around your children. So it's just going to be a sex thing. Right. Because you can't meet nobody in my family, because I can't have you around my grandmother using profanity. I can't have you around my mother or my father talking like this. But some women, I don't know if they listening or whatever, or when they do hear it, some women will deflect it. Oh, this is who I am. I'm not changing for nobody, because no one's never given them the game on how to really move through life. And most women that I talk to, if they use profanity, I know how to talk to them without them getting offended.
Interesting.
I go, I can't tell you what to do, but let me make a suggestion. And I give them that knowledge.
With you being like an OG and you're so willing to share the knowledge and the information that you have, sometimes you don't always come across older, wise people like that. So why do you think that some OGs don't want to share the game, or they don't want to be gatekeepers?
I don't think it's that. I think they do in their own right, but a lot of people are not celebrities, so they can't get on platforms and talk. Like right now, because of my status, I can reach the world. So when you reach the world, you have the ability to reach more people. And it's just, I have this rule that if nobody knows you exist, you can't sell an album. You could be the greatest rapper on the planet, but if you ain't getting out there and let people know you exist, you never know. I'm getting out there and letting people know I exist. So I have that advantage because of my reputation and my ability to keep working. So it's cool.
I feel like you should make a course or something. I know you want to do the book and everything, but I think a good course.
Well, this is the course right now.
Take a tour of the course.
Yeah, we're doing the course right now. They listening. You know what I'm saying? And it's free.
Free game.
Yeah, I'm giving free game. And I love it though. I love it. Even when my people meet my children, and they say, "Yo, TK Kirkland's my father." I love the reaction. People go, "Whoa, no, I see it now." Because they see how my kids move, and that's important to me. Especially if they was under my wing. I didn't raise all my children. Their mothers raised them, but the ones that was under me that I rock with, you could truly see the difference in how I move, and it made a difference in their life too. I think all my kids are doing very well, but the ones I really had input, hands on, it's a whole nother ball game.
That's
like night and day.
No, that's beautiful, TK. Like, well, you know what? I actually should have started it off with this, but you're live right now in Milwaukee. We had a brief conversation off air about you being in Milwaukee. Like, you got some hip hop stories about being here in the mill?
Yeah. I think one of the greatest events here was when I came here in 1988 with NWA.
Okay.
And believe it or not, since then, I've been always trying to get to Milwaukee. People have tried to book me to do shows in Milwaukee, but they never really had the money to book me because I guess they felt I was just too expensive or whatever. So they'll get on the phone, and I'll see that it's not happening. So then we hooked up with Live Nation, and we were supposed to do a show here on Sunday. But Live Nation had a problem with the building. We had to postpone it, and then we got to come back around towards the end of the year to come back to Milwaukee, and we also had to do that in Cincinnati as well.
Damn.
But the thing is that I still wanted to come because I hadn't been in Milwaukee. Me and you had talked 2 weeks ago, and when I had the meeting with Live Nation the other day, I said, I'm still going because I gave these people my word that I was going to show up. So I just kept my word, you know, and still came. And it wasn't about the money. You know, I'll get that back. Yeah. But I just wanted to be, and you had a nice personality. But what was so crazy, I'm glad you reached back out to me because I haven't got your name. I got some people on my phone say, yo, what's that brother's name? I'm going to call him to let him know I'm still coming. Yeah. You know? And then you reached out and said, yo, I'm going to be there. Don't even worry about it. So here we go.
Hell yeah. Now, follow-up is definitely important. It's definitely important.
Yeah. You know, and it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes you want to be a man in your word and end up in the wrong spot. I've done that with comedy shows, and I've been on stage, and there's been a hole in the wall. And I look around like, man, why did you ever say yes? You know, it feels good when you go to the bank because the money's still the same. But sometimes, you spoil. And I'm a little bougie these days, you know, so... But it's good. It's good to keep your word if you can.
No, but you were talking about last time you were here in Milwaukee, it was 1988, and it was NWA.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, nothing happened. It was just a great performance here. You know, I was fascinated with Easy, Dr. Dre, and MC Ren, the whole team, because I had been around entertainment for a long time. And what I liked about NWA, they really had a chemistry that was amazing.
Really?
You know, they all... Without one, it wasn't a group. If Ice Cube wasn't there, it was NWA. If Eazy-E wasn't there, it's not NWA. They all
kind of like the Migos.
Huh?
Kind of like the Migos. That's how I look at them. Like they're really strong as a group.
Amigo crew. Yeah, I never was a fan of the Migos. I just loved what they did because, again, they always stayed relevant, right? They was always in your face. So I was never truly a fan, but I always seen them. Yeah. So yeah, they had a great look. You know, they dressed real nice, and I like that about them. But to stay focused on NWA, it was that they was just truly an amazing group, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity. Same way when I hooked up with Baby and them from Cash Money. And like I said, me and Baby, we talk at least twice a week. We've been doing this for a while.
Just chopping it up.
Yeah, just chopping up. Yeah. And he respects me so much of the determination I have in this game. He see how hard I have worked, and we're translating that into dollars now. And
that's beautiful.
Like for next year, God willing, all this stuff works out well. We got something that me and him are doing that's going to shock the world. Because I'm going for mogul status.
Okay.
See, most comedians want to do TV and film. I've always been a phenomenal businessman. Like, I love being a businessman. If I had to say anybody who I was like, I would say was Ari Gold from Entourage. You ever get a chance to watch the TV shows? Used to come on HBO called Entourage. The guy's name was Ari Gold. Yeah. To me, he was the greatest agent to ever walk the planet because he got stuff done. That's how I move in life. I get it done.
What do you think you need to do to become that mogul then?
It's just gonna
because I mean in my mind you already who you is. I'm like, man, I got TK up here. Like, this crazy.
My God, see, I don't move like celebrities. Like, you know, I don't have security. Right. I ain't got 4 people deep. I ain't got nobody working for me because I can't tell nobody what to do. And I really don't like direction from people because I move by myself. Because I'm kind of like an introvert. So. When I move by myself, I can stop when I want to. Yeah. If I want to go into this restaurant, I can eat there when I want to without thinking about everybody else, right? And when I'm in mode to do that, I roll with my children. And I know that we'll sit down and eat, and I will enjoy their company. And that's it. But mogul status to me is, you know, getting in shape because I'm in great shape. Yeah. And I got maybe 3 more months to get this little belly fat I got on my stomach. But once I get some abs like I used to, it's over.
I for sure was
I'm really going to act like a celebrity. Like, TK, TK, you want to do interviews? Yeah. No, dog. I got the 6-pack now. It ain't happening.
Right.
You know, I'm going to move differently.
Come out on, do your set just shirt off and stuff.
Yeah. I want to represent men in their 60s to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm 64 and I'm sexy.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think ARP is coming up with a calendar next year.
You want to be on?
I want to be in April and May.
But see,
a lot of people don't get 2 months. So I'm gonna get 2 months.
What I want to ask you though, because a lot of people, like you said, your age they do not keep up with themselves. So what is your routine like? You know, what are you eating? What's your gym routine?
I just think that you gotta love yourself. You gotta stay single to a certain point. I think when you're in a relationship, you give up something.
There's a compromise.
You got to compromise. And you got to have a little bit of money. You know, it takes maintenance to stay looking good, too. Haircut, manicure, pedicure, facials and all that kind of stuff, nice clothes. Like, all that's important. Smell good. I mean, the first thing you said to me when you hugged me, like, man, you smell good. Yeah, see, that's important to me. So you did exactly what I wanted. I wanted someone to say, wow, you smell good. You know, and I find you attractive. I was a little younger, I'll holler at you.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, I'm an OG, you know. I move a certain way, you know, so it's just live life.
Are there any certain foods that you do eat though? Because that's one thing. Like when I watch your interviews, nobody's really ever asked you like, what are you intaking? Like,
right, just
I
salad.
eat a lot of fruit.
Yeah. Okay. Bet.
I mean, talk about a lot. Apples, oranges every day, lemons, hot water lemon.
Yeah.
And every now and then I get a steak. You know. And try not to eat the whole steak. I try to eat a steak maybe 3 times a year at the most.
3 times a year, bro?
Yeah, not a lot.
Dang. Like, so that just must be special occasion then. Like, you know, I feel good about myself today. I'm going to treat myself.
No. I just get it when I want to. No special occasion. You know my rule, stay low, key, flex occasionally. You know, so if I want a steak, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But I know what I want to put in my body, and I know how I want to feel. And I know how long it takes steak to leave your body.
Interesting.
You know?
How long does it take?
It takes a while, depending on who you are.
For
a week
real?
or so. Like,
Like,
it takes a minute.
I thought the stomach acid at least 45 minutes.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
no way,
That's what I
dog.
was thinking. Like,
Nah, not
it's
at all.
gone now. Like,
And depending on who you are, you know, that's why some people get prostate cancer from the meats that they eat.
interesting.
So just like
I thought it was because you ain't busting a nut. That's what I thought.
No. That's yeah.
That's legitimately what I thought. I'm like,
and I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
No, the prostate. And I'm sorry that I was thinking prostate was something else. My apologies. I'm saying the wrong thing.
Oh, you thinking colon cancer?
But colon cancer.
Yep, got you.
And a lot of people don't know that. Use this example too. John Wayne, back in the day, he's for your time.
Hey, go ahead.
And John Wayne was a famous white actor. He was like a cowboy and stuff. And when he passed away, he died with 70 pounds of undigested meat in his system.
Wow, 70 pounds, bro.
70. And if people watching me, you could go. Everything I talk about is because I read.
Yeah,
70
that's
pounds.
wild. Like so, wow. Okay, so I'm gonna stop eating steak as much as I eat steak. Then
I mean, it's
like,
more than just steak.
Yeah, just more steak.
Just
You gotta
red
drink a
meat,
lot of.
period?
You gotta drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
When last time you been to the doctor? It's been a minute.
You know what, bro?
It's been a minute.
6 months. No, I try to keep up with
6
my
months
stuff.
is a long time. 6 months. Yeah.
I mean, 6 months not that long.
Yeah, it's not that long.
2
but
years would be a long time.
Did you get a whole physical?
Yeah, I got a physical to check my balls and
You
stuff.
check your blood work and all that?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty healthy.
All men need to know their blood work, know your numbers. Don't be walking around here thinking that you're okay, especially if you drink a lot of alcohol. Some people drink alcohol and go to sleep and never wake up.
Damn.
You know, you die in your sleep because you had too many drinks when, you went out that night.
I ain't never thought about that.
Yeah, people don't know between 2 and 4 o'clock is when your body's at its deepest point of life. That's where if you research it, most people die in their sleep like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Damn. So, and that's basically your REM sleep that you're having at that point.
Yeah. And all these are facts. Like everything I talk about is because I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, quick question now, TK, because one thing. Actually, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. And let me say this real quick. And that's why people, if you don't know, you got to drink a big glass of water before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because that prevents heart attacks and strokes.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Glass.
Google
Seriously.
it. And then when you wake up in the morning, you should drink a glass of water because it wakes up your organs. Before you put anything in your body, you should drink water first thing in the morning.
Hey, as long as I live a longer life after this interview,
Yeah,
I'm solid.
all I tell people is you can Google everything I talk about because I've actually read it. It's not like I'm making this up.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
I gotta say it for the fans just in case somebody doesn't
Trying to
believe
fact
what
check
I'm saying. Yeah, no, nobody's fact. They know my fans know.
Yeah.
But I still try to make sure that if they do question me,
Yeah.
that you can Google it, because you do have people who are ignorant. Like I had somebody on Facebook tell me sugar doesn't give you dementia. And sugar does give you dementia.
Interesting.
Did you know that?
Hey, yeah, you putting me on right now.
So here's the thing. People think because they get to eat sugar their whole life, I mean, for a few years, nothing will happen. But sugar doesn't affect you that way. Let's say you take 1 teaspoon of sugar, but you put 3 tablespoons in your coffee for over 30 years. It's a lot of sugar.
You know why I'm looking at you.
Yeah, she was just getting on me the other day because I made me a coffee. I mean, TK, you just had the French vanilla joint that we got.
Yeah, but there's no sugar in there.
It's a little sweet.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about ground sugar that you put sugar in.
Okay.
It's the difference.
Well, yeah, I put a lot of sugar in my stuff.
Yeah, so watch where I'm going.
Yeah.
Watch where I'm going, because I don't want you to deflect the knowledge that's about to drop. So sugar, over those years, imagine, because nobody thinks, that's why I always give people a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
So imagine 30 years, packs of sugar, and you had a room
full of all that sugar.
All that sugar. Imagine how big it was. Now that goes in your body. Now what does sugar do to the body? It creates ADHD. It creates Alzheimer's. It creates dementia.
Yeah.
These are facts.
That's crazy.
So when people say, "Oh, TK, sugar doesn't do that," and I'll tell them, did you Google it? Because if you Google it, you're going to see what I'm saying.
You're going to find some information.
You're going to find it. And this is the problem that we have. Nobody's giving our people the knowledge on this information. And it's positive. Most people will argue with you about something positive. I can see if I say, yo, you should take as much sugar as you want, yo. It's going to lift you up. It's going to make you feel good. But whenever there's something positive, there's some crazy person on this planet who didn't Google, who didn't comprehend, that would deflect and make people think that they know what they're talking about, when I've actually have sat there, took the time to read it, and I'm only going to talk about something that I know. I'm not going to talk about something that just to be out there to get people to like me or anything like that. No, sugar is bad for you, and it's really one of the most kept secrets in the world, because the government is also behind it. You know, they not behind it. They have people who lobby against sugar to make sure that it's not detected.
Big business.
Right. So people need to read on these things, and you'll see everything I just said.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
So is this all a part of your mogul pursuit?
No. I just read and I talk.
Yeah.
You know, I tell
He's
people.
an educated black man.
Yeah, no, he's a sapiosexual.
Yeah, I just,
what does that mean to you?
Well, he's using it wrong.
Please let me know.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of being Jammin right now.
Listen, he heard me say that somewhere.
Because
I know.
Did you get that from him?
Yeah, he got it from me.
Yeah.
I know he got it from me because he's too young to understand that word.
Okay, TK. When I Google it, because you talked about the trans movement, the LGBT folks out here. They got 101 new genders out here, right? So one of the genders is you could be a sapiosexual. So I come out here and I'm like, bro, I'm a sapiosexual. Meaning from my standpoint, or the definition I've read on Google, is I'm a person who is infatuated with the minds of people, how people think.
You're using it the wrong way.
It's not just infatuated.
Yeah, it's the using it the wrong way. Sapiosexual is really having the connection of the mind. Sapiosexual is really like an aphrodisiac. It's the ability to have a conversation to get into a woman's mind.
Oh, you're an old school player now.
Yeah, sapiosexual to me is about a man having accomplishments, achieving certain things, because most men are liars.
Yeah.
Most men lie about their accomplishments, and men are visual and women listen to words.
Yeah.
So if a guy has a good game, he can really get a female because she's listening to the words. She might be looking at a little of his jewelry, you might see the car, not knowing that he got bad credit, and that car note is supposed to be $300, but he paying $1,500 a month to prove a point because he just want to drive the Benz.
Wow.
Right? He got an apartment, but the apartment might be in a woman's name because he ain't have the credit.
Yeah.
So this girl is caught up in all this. Then sometimes they get married. Yeah, and then sometimes they get married so fast that the girl didn't take time to do her due diligence on the kind of man. So now she finds out, oh, he really don't have the paper. Oh, he finds out that she ran into a brother or a sister or somebody that knew him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he's a liar. but the sex was so good, you just don't want to see me happy because you know that I'm happy.
Yeah.
And it goes for women too. A man get caught up in a female, thinks she's everything in the world, but she's a manipulator. You know, she's a con artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's out just to have your child so she can get a check. These are minefields in life.
Yeah.
So sapiosexual, that's my definition of it. It's to have an ability to talk a woman because of your knowledge, talk the panties right off her.
I feel like.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think
you know how to keep it juicy.
Yeah, if your conversation's so cold, you don't need alcohol. You don't need to put nothing in the girl's drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that everything counts. The atmosphere of the restaurant, the way your car smells when you get in, the way you smell when a woman hugs you, see interested. Those things are important.
I agree.
What would you say is the role of men today? Because, there's a lot of conversations about what men should be doing in their role and what women should be doing and the whole 50-50 conversation. But what do you really think the role is of men today, especially since we have more independent women out here who aren't necessarily impressed by just, the money because they could buy their own things,
Well, that's a gift and a curse. Because we come from an era men do want to take care of women, mm-hmm. but they're not making the kind of money that they should because I think rap and all that kind of stuff was deflection. Mm-hmm. It took people off their hustle. They should have went to school or go get a trade, and they wanted to become a rapper, so they smoking weed and they got caught in the system where women was just growing. So now the women are just so powerful, and again, that's where knowledge comes in. Knowledge is a gift and a curse, and let me explain to you what I mean by that. See, when you're knowledgeable, and I tell women, if you become successful, your chances of having a man is slim because of knowledge, because you know what you're supposed to have. And when you say a man can't do nothing for me, now you're looking for a guy that makes just as much money as you. You're looking for a guy that has a business. You're looking for a guy who has 7 figures, but you're not going to meet that kind of guy. Then you got women who aren't successful that in every interview you hear a woman say, I want a man making this kind of money. I want a man doing this. But that man wouldn't even look at you if he's not even on his level. Then you got situations where you're in the right place at the right time. You ever notice basketball players, entertainers are always in the club and they meet those girls in there because you can only choose from your environment.
There we go.
Right? Now the girl who got the job the next tomorrow got to get up early in the morning. She ain't going to be in the club or the strip club on Tuesday, Wednesday night. But Susie with the big butt, got the cleavage, got the ponytails is there.
Shaking that ass.
She looking good. She got her stomach showing. She got those 2 dimples on her lower back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude got the bottles of champagne. He looking, but he feeling good. You're like, yo, and she like it. You got the medallion on. Mm-hmm. She all up in your face, You talking, she all close up in you. Bam. Because the girl you're really supposed to be wasn't there. So life is like a Rubik's Cube.
Right.
You got to hope every day you can get the colors in order.
Is there anybody in your life you would have actually married, any one of these women out here?
There's nobody I would marry.
None of them?
Nah, I love them all. Every girl I've ever met. If I met you, my intentions was good. Mm-hmm. But I know my life, and I know what I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And some people have gotten hurt behind it. But I'm really connected to the universe and God. Yeah. I want to do what I have to do while I'm here before I leave here because I have this theory, right?
Go ahead.
I'm here to help people. But if I don't get it done, they send me back. And the way the world is today, I don't want to come back because I might hit a minefield and not achieve my goal, and they have to send me back again. This is just my theory, right? So I want to do whatever I can while I'm on this planet to get everything done, and I'm almost there. I got a few things that's on my list to do. The reason why I can't mention them because other people are involved, but I'm real close. And what I love about it is that I ran my race. I ran my race.
Oh, question then, TK, because again, you mentioned about you feel like your life's purpose is helping people, and you've actually helped a lot of people in your time being here on this planet. Whether it may be Jamie Foxx to D.L. Hughley to Mike Epps to Sandra Bullock, like honestly, like one question that I actually wrote down. Okay, dog, why'd you choose to help them out?
Because I was a businessman. See, when comedy started in the '80s, my comedy was raw.
Yeah.
Ooh, It's nothing compared to what you see now. What these young kids doing now? I was in the. Put it like this: when I was on tour with NWA, I got banned.
Yeah.
With NWA.
Mm-hmm.
So they banned me in 3 cities because of the mess I was talking on stage. So DL and all those guys, Godfrey, Sandra Bullock was my my way into Hollywood.
Interesting.
My goal was to make sure that they got what they wanted, TV show, movies, and because of the way I think, I could swing right behind them and get into the game. But everybody started becoming independent. DL went his direction. Godfrey went his direction. Mike Epps went his direction. Only ones that I had for the longest was Sandra Bullock. Yeah. And the reason I had Sandra Bullock for a long time because it was a guy named Tommy Chestero, David Klingman. They was my partners. But at the same time, I was hustling the street, but I was getting in trouble. So we had a meeting, and I had to stay low-key because we couldn't afford the bad publicity at our time. But those, 2 gentlemen, I love them to death. They understood my situation in life. Yeah. And they was like, yo, TK, until you find out what you're going to do with your life, you got to take a roll back, but you'll still get your 5%. So, on everybody that we had to the table, Sandra, but I mean, imagine Sandra Bullock was getting $25-30 million a movie, and I was getting 5%.
That's like you ended up getting $6 million.
Well, we won't say the numbers, but I was getting 5% of everything she was doing, and then her father died. No, her mother died, and she had to let us go because her father caught her at her weakest point, and he wanted to manage her, so we had to sue them. Blah blah blah, and the rest is history.
That's crazy. I mean, speaking of Sandra Bullock and these relationships and stuff, you ever mess around with white women?
Yeah, I'll go to bed with a white woman in a minute. Hey, I got a couple in my life that's white that I think are nice, and if I do settle down, I could probably rock with a white girl. I'm not sure, but I rock with people who are nice. I rock with people who are respectful. I rock with people who are genuine. If I call you at 1 o'clock, you're gonna get back in touch with me. Yeah. I like people who, if I treat you out, like one time I was gonna go on a date with this young lady, and I normally don't buy one of my airline tickets. Okay. And I bought the ticket, and she hit me back and said, "Why am I not first class?"
Oh, hell no!
I swear to God, that truly happened to me.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I thought I was dreaming. I could not believe someone said that to me. Yo, I was like, wow. But that's crazy.
That goes to say like how she looked at you, but also what she believed she could get out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if it's none of that. I just think some people say some crazy things. Yeah. And I'm the wrong one. I'm gonna check you on it, And that really happened, bro. It's crazy.
That's funny, man. Now, in regards to like you and Birdman's future business y'all got going on, is there ever gonna be a Baller Blocking 2?
I hope that is Baller Blocking 2, yo. We was gonna believe it almost came together. It was NBA YoungBoy. God bless. He just got arrested though the other day. Yeah, I think he's done.
You think so?
I think NBA YoungBoy's done.
I don't think NBA is done just because he again, one of the things that like you possess about yourself that I see in NBA YoungBoy and a lot of these other independent artists is he's independent. Who's really controlling this man?
No, you're not. I think you're listening to reply. You're not listening to comprehend.
Go ahead.
You're talking about business. I'm talking about the case. From the case that they got. Oh, he already got a gun case that he's fighting. He's on. When you're on bail, you can't get into no trouble, even if it's a mistake. Yeah. And from what they said, that he was running a pharmaceutical ring. Yeah. That he had women who was working for him going to get prescription drugs. The car got towed, and they had he was on the phone pretending to be something. Now these, I don't know, it's factual.
These are all allegations.
Allegations, but they arrested him with no bail. Yeah. And I could tell you this: when they arrest you with no bail, that's the worst thing.
I mean, they got something on you.
They got something on you. So this was NBA YoungBoy. It was gonna be Drake. It's gonna be Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Hold up.
You can't just drop the names like that.
Baller Blocking 2 was gonna be insane.
Goddamn.
Listen to me, Baller Blocking 2. I got the script. I carry the script everywhere I go. Baller Blocking 2 was about to be insane.
So,
and they kept me on because, believe it or not, I got shot in that movie.
Yep, the first one.
So it's going to be like, I really didn't die, and all that kind of stuff.
Rose
and,
dead.
Me and Baby was in jail, and I am a chief officer, but Baby's son was in the streets. And even though I'm a chief officer, my son is a cop.
Yeah.
And him and Baby's son is going at it on the streets. Like, it's that type of competition. And Baby's giving his son game, and I'm giving my son game on how to move and capture Baby's son and crime and all that kind of stuff. But I think in the movie, my son gets caught up too. He gets caught up in the streets and all that. It was about to be fire.
Yeah.
So, but the only thing I wanted to do, I wanted to be like Denzel Washington in Training Day. Like I explained to him, I didn't want to wear no suit and tie. I had to have on the New Orleans baseball cap, a nice leather jacket, some jeans, the gun on my hip, gun on my ankle. I wanted to be but I wanted love scenes in my movie.
You wanted to be
I want to be like Richard Roundtree in Shaft. Because see what y'all haven't
for your brand.
What y'all haven't seen in the movie industry in years. See, back in the 70s, black men was having sex in movies.
Yeah.
We got all the women.
Right.
We were strong black men, D-I-C and K and women down. And over the years, it went from dark, strong black men like Jim Brown, Richard Roundtree, these type of guys, to soft men, with curls in their hair, with looking more like a woman than a woman. So all the young women like this young lady and women who are still women are looking for a strong man. There's no actual role models in movies that a man is strong.
Yeah.
You don't see
agree.
it. Then you see how television has changed, and this goes to show how ignorant. So watch this. I was telling this on Facebook about how we need more TV shows for African-American men and women because we don't have shows like we had in the 90s. You had the shows with the mother and father in the house, with the Shirley Urkel. You had Bill Cosby. You had the kids going to college.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that now. So somebody said to me on my Instagram, like TK, Martin comes on every day. And I said, yo, those are reruns.
There you go.
I'm talking about brand new shows, not a rerun. If you're watching black people on BT and all these other networks, it's not now. The stuff happened in the 90s.
Right.
And they need to, so Hollywood has pushed us out so slowly that you don't see what has happened.
Yeah.
Right? But guess what they will greenlight? A slave movie, a movie that will always remind you that you was a slave. To me, that's Hollywood's agenda. They'll say, okay, we're going to let you think that you're doing X, Y, and Z, but every now and then we're going to remind you that you was a slave, that your people was a slave. And guess what? Again, you go support the movie because what people say, oh, we got to know our history.
Yeah.
We got, we going. But you go in there and you get programmed again.
Subconsciously
to walk out mad again, to dislike white people again, when you already knew before you went into that movie that you was going to be bad. You already knew when you went in that movie it was going to be some sexual assault on your child. You already knew that the plantation owner was going to rape a woman or your mother. You know, or you're going to see a black man get whipped. The only thing that movie did this year is they put a musical in it. They made people sing in the movie.
You talking about the Color Purple joint?
Color Purple. They made people sing. So they sang to camouflage what's, really you sing, you don't really see what's going on, right? Oh, all that singing, they can sing.
Yeah.
But you're really not seeing the hidden story of what's really popping. And that's what I tell people, don't support slave movies, you know, because it's gonna be subliminally remind you that you was a slave, and that's just me.
No, I agree, TK, because a lot of times I believe, like, again, when we're watching these films and even the music that we got out here, it's really to subvert you. It's just to subvert your mind to not even think of yourself as a positive character, a positive black man, positive black woman out here. So it's one of these things that just, again, railroad us into these intergels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because music has changed. Like music has really, like again, you don't think that. Like I said, we talked about being programmed, being depressed. A lot of people been programmed thinking they're a gangster.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people, you don't see it. People will argue with you and say, "Nah, T, you wrong," but you gotta have accountability. And I'm saying what I mean. Even though you're programmed, you got to know you shouldn't pick up a gun and shoot nobody. Then you still, as a man, when you're doing a song, still got to be careful what comes out of your mouth because somebody is going to listen to it. Do you know I just found out yesterday that Rakim never cursed in none of his songs?
You serious?
Never cursed. But it sounded like he was so good. It sounded like he was using profanity.
Yeah.
And Rakim never cursed on any of his songs.
You think that was intentional?
Oh, absolutely. See, because before NWA, everybody was doing conscious rap.
Yeah.
You know, because you couldn't get on the radio. See, you could if you used profanity, you wasn't getting on the radio, you wasn't getting airplay. NWA changed the game.
Yeah.
NWA, they said, forget radio play. And sold millions of records. They were strictly word of mouth. So, yes, as you get older, you got to be responsible for what you say to people, how you move, the way you treat a woman, the way a woman treats a man. Stay focused. Sometimes you're going to have setbacks in life, but you find a way to get out of it, and you keep it moving. From Puff to R. Kelly, they made their mistakes in life, and these their choices. As fans and as acquaintances, we wish them the best. And because you see the people say, why the white man coming after all the black people? And I always say, if you don't get in trouble, they can't touch you. You got to be doing something wrong for them to come get you. And we know it's not the same. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump has played the system
Teflon
to the T. Donald Trump would go to court and then come out in the hallway and curse the judge out.
Right.
Talk about his kids and the toothless DA and all that, and won't go to jail. If you went to court and you went on your Instagram and said F the judge and kiss my ass, when you come back, they're going to reprimand you.
Right.
You going to jail. Donald Trump has pimped the system, dog, to the highest level known because he's gotten everything that he's wanted. He talk about them. Like, it's unbelievable what Donald Trump has gotten away with. Unbelievable.
I believe it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I kind of think just America wasn't prepared for this, bro. Like, we weren't prepared for a criminal to be running as our president. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the world is true. Again, if you study history, Donald Trump was bad when he had Trump Towers, all the hotels on West Side Highway in New York City. You ever been to New York? All on the strip there is West Side Highway. All the hotels. One of my business managers lived on 82nd and Riverside, so I used to see it ever since 1985. And Donald Trump had the failed college, Trump University. He ran Atlantic City down to the ground, and that's exactly what he did to the United States of America. So when other great leaders around the world, they want Donald Trump in because people say Donald Trump is a great leader, but Donald Trump is a great person that you can manipulate because he's only out for himself. And Biden has his own agendas too. We're in a worse situation in the world because we don't know who to pick.
Man, I swear to God.
You think a guy might want for Biden, but he has his issues too. But then it's something that Andre 3000 one day we was at the airport, 6 o'clock in the morning, flying to Atlanta, and we was talking about a situation, and I keep this in my heart to this day. You have to choose which pain you want.
Sheesh.
So it's going to be painful with Trump. It's going to be painful with Biden. And you got to choose which pain you want. Some days I want to vote for Trump because he says some things. I'm like, yo, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Then 24 hours later, like, man, he's saying this crazy stuff. But one thing, he might get my vote. he wants to stop the butchering of young kids getting sex changes at a young age.
And I agree with that.
And
man.
getting the doctors who do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that there's parents that let their child at 14, 15 years old get a sex change. And again, if you do the research, it shows that how depression skyrockets for kids who get sex changes.
Yeah.
As they get older, the suicide
rate goes up and everything.
The suicide rate, because they're confused. I saw an interview from this white guy who now is a woman, and he cried on YouTube, got his name, and he said he wished his parents was more of a parent, like would have stopped him from doing that. Guidance. He needed guidance. He said that should have never happened to him. And a lot of people don't know the surgery that you got to go through. Like when guys get their personal stuff cut off.
Yeah, they get their penis cut off.
It's not a real vagina, so there's no feeling there. But so
they got no feeling.
There's no feeling.
I thought they had some kind of feeling.
No, there's no feeling.
It's like just the nerve.
Yeah, it's done. It's like just a hole, dog.
It's like a
and just a hole. So let's say that you have problems with the skin.
That's so many questions now. Like you got to lube that up or something.
Yeah, watch this. Now. Let's say there's a hole there and there's no feeling. If there's scar tissue or infection.
Yeah.
So they cut the back of your arm or cut skin off your back to put down there. A lot of people don't know how bad, or they'll take skin from your forearm to the point that it could be almost down to the bone, but they just keep it wrapped up. A lot of people don't talk about that type of surgery that you got to go through.
That's insane,
yeah,
bro.
It's true.
That's insane, because, I mean, all this just to have a fake vagina?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you should want to wait at least till you're 25. But like you said, parents aren't parents anymore. A lot of these parents out here are being subverted by all the messaging that's out here in the world right now, whether it's the Biden agenda. Because honestly, I think the Democrats' agenda really is the whole LGBTQ. They want
and I
people
totally
to
agree.
be that.
I totally agree, because they sent Kamala Harris to Africa with $100 million to promote the LGBTQ.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can Google it.
Yeah,
and
I believe that though.
The African leaders was like, if you don't get out of here, your nose gonna be stewed. They wasn't having it.
Yeah.
So the government is really behind the LGBTQ. They're pushing that agenda because there's no way that could be in the public schools when they had Pride Day.
Right.
Remember that? When they had all that in school and the kids was coming to school and they had all the rainbows and all the balloons. Government has to be behind that. That's not something that you can just do.
What do you think the overall goal is with that then?
It's the new modern birth control.
You think it's birth control, or is this more democracy?
2 women can't have a child.
Hey, 100%.
2 men can't have a child.
Yeah.
The thing that I always say, no matter sex change or whatever, you die, and they got to come get your body out.
Yeah.
If you got a penis, you was a man. If you got a vagina, you was a woman. If you got a sex change and you got men organs, they're going to say you was a man.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're going to lie to the universe and to God. And if you're into God, I don't see how you could be gay anyway. Because I think in the Bible, I don't think that they're with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a sin in the Bible. But you know one thing, because I got a gay cousin. That's his lifestyle. That's what he.
Yeah, you gotta respect it.
You know, that's what he likes to do. Yeah. You know, and honestly, I just think it's just one of them sins that God knew we was gonna be born into. Like again, how we talk about.
No, I can't let you say that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll punch you in your arm and let you say that. That ain't no.
You don't think so? Like
again, reading is fundamental.
Yeah.
They've been planning this since the 50s.
But that's what I'm saying, though, TK. Like, dog, like
this is not when people turn gay.
Yeah,
it wasn't up to you. They've been planning this. This all got to do with the government. They got books out about all this type of stuff.
No, I agree with you, TK, man. Because
it's stuff in the water now.
Yeah.
It's stuff in the food.
The soy.
They have really have done their thing. A lot of men get erectile dysfunction. There's an alarming rate. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. Because the foods that you're eating, the chemicals, is damaging the world. It really is. And do I have the answers for it? No. You ask me a question, I give the answers the best of my ability. But I won't allow you to say nothing crazy in front of me. I won't do that.
I'm just a black man in these 2020 world trying to figure it out, trying to make sense of it. Like,
yeah, but
God knows all. Wouldn't God had already known? Like, it's going to.
It's a devil out here too.
No. God,
in my opinion.
See,
my opinion.
the thing about God is we use it so freely because there's billions of people on this planet, and God can't be everywhere.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
You don't think so? They say God everywhere, dog. Like this is His universe.
God is the universe, but you got to understand quantum physics. You got to understand frequency. You got to understand energy of this world. And one of my examples is that you ever walk in a room and you feel the energy of people. It's like, yo, the vibe in here is crazy.
Right.
You ever been around people that go around good people? The vibe is amazing because it's good people. There's no haters in this room.
Yeah.
You could feel it. The reason why this conversation is so good because all you guys have genuine energy. When you go and do an interview and the interview is a little off, that means somebody's energy is wrong. Somebody's a hater in that room. These are things I pick up on. God and religion is deep. And here's how I want to break it down to you. See, religion is based on two things. How you was raised and the truth.
How you was raised and the truth.
Yeah. See, how we was raised, our parents taught us about the white man on the wall. How we was raised is we went to church and they talked about the white man in church. But the truth is what we see and how the world is waking up. We understand that there was energy. We understand that the letter J wasn't invented to the 1600. So how could it be Jesus, right? There was no Jesus, right? So we got to understand that Jesus was black. This Last Supper, all those was brothers at the table. And white man whitewashed all this and made it white. The Europeans, when they colonized all the cities and countries, how they took over, they changed all that. When you study and understand the Pope, he prays to a black Madonna in his chambers. When you understand Putin in Russia, who keeps Africa, and he has all this in his vault about Jesus being black, etc. But the Europeans pimped the game so cold over the last 400 years that we all dress like them. We all wear shirt and ties. We all wear suits and pants and shoes. And we were kings and queens. And the thing that bothers me to this day is how did they do it? How did they colonize country after country after country after country? So when you do talk about Palestine, when you do talk about Israel, you do talk about Iran, you do talk about those things, they don't talk about Haiti enough. They don't talk about Congo, where African-American children are being used as slaves, digging with their hands to get a mineral called cobalt. You know, not just diamond cobalt for your iPhone, for your computer. Those things are not discussed. When you think about the South Carolina winning the females MC2A championship the other day, but Iowa got invited to be on Saturday Night Live like they won the championship. So these things are the way life is. There's nothing you can do about it. You stay focused. You take care of your family. You pray. And I always say, remember, there's two sides to religion: the way your parents raised you and the truth. And don't get caught up because there's really one God. Why does every nationality have their own God?
Own representation of it.
Yeah, everybody has their own Chinese, the Muslims, the Jews.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own Bible. And my thing is there's only one sun in the universe, right? Everybody don't have a different sun. We all look at that same sun in the sky every day. That's how God should be. But God is energy. God is frequency. You are God. You know, decisions that you make is about you. But like I said, when I'm not on this interview and I have to talk about God, I go with the flow, because it's not a discussion that you want to get people not to believe. People believe because we're all programmed, and if a person's been programmed since they were a child, how can you tell them that they're wrong?
Right.
It's deep. That's
crazy. When did you get into theology?
I've been in theology in my own way for years because I understand Etope. You know who Etope is? He's the first philosopher on this planet who taught the Greeks and taught the world. I know for a fact that out of Kemet University in Africa, we taught everybody about math. Yeah. We taught people how to write. We taught people about theology, philosophy, etc.
But what was the gentleman's name again?
Etope.
Etope.
Yeah, Etope. He's the first philosopher on this planet, and all the Greeks and all those people who are famous came to him to study philosophies and all that type of stuff, and he taught the world. But these things are not discussed. A lot of people don't talk about Mansa Musa, who had more money than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. A lot of people don't talk about the manipulation of Rockefeller. I talk about how most black people think that all the HBCUs in Atlanta are black. Yeah. But Rockefeller is behind.
They own those?
Own them. Spelman is named after his wife. They just dropped the Rockefeller. So that's how deep
that's intriguing.
A lot of the HBCUs aren't owned by like black people, right?
They're not owned, but a lot of people think they all black universities, but the white man got their hand in it. And that's how come I tell people Spelman is named after Rockefeller's wife. That's deep.
No, that's very deep. It also goes to say, like, again, how they decided to start programming us into believing different narratives about ourselves. That's interesting.
Yeah. We image is everything. See, when they show the pictures of us in slavery days, it's always on the porch and we look dirty, but they don't tell you about Black Wall Street too much. They don't tell you about Sugar Hill.
I never heard of
Sugar Hill. Most black people think Sugar Hill is a movie, but there was an area in Jacksonville called Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill was another black city that was like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and
I know where we're going.
Yeah, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they didn't burn this city down. What the government did was they saw that it was a thriving community, and what the government did is they built the highway through Sugar Hill, and that's what separated the businesses. That's what separated the families. So anytime an African American group of people get together, the government finds a way to destroy us. Right? Central Park was an all-black community, and the state came in and made it Central Park. Right? Lake Mead in Atlanta.
You talking about Lake
Lanier? Is
Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier.
Yep.
Lake Lanier. That was a city. Yeah. And the white people watered it down. And that's why when people still swimming there, people die. They say it's the ghost. But people get caught on hangers.
I think it's the ghost, TK.
Well, it's not the ghost. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as ghosts.
No, TK.
Listen, I can't let you say. I can't let you be on here with that. That ain't happening.
You don't think ghosts is real?
No, ghosts not real. Why, when you see ghosts, they always have clothes on?
What about like spirits?
It could be a spirit thing, but ghosts
are real.
You ever those ghosts always have clothes on? And then when people say, I saw God today, and I always say, yo, what did he have on? Like, you saw God, what did he have on today? Like, don't be saying no crazy stuff to me. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can have the spirit of God, but don't say, yo, I
saw God.
I saw God today, and I get you. But what did he have on then when you saw God today?
Yeah.
So these things happen in life, and like the world is full with nothing but lies. I mean that. I was sitting on the plane. I said, man, everybody, it's sad. Everything has somewhat of a lie in it, all the way down to the meat that you buy in the grocery store. You know, because they color the meat. They change the date on it. Like, everything is it's sad.
But with that, though, then how do you really find the truth? Because even doing research, and you can do your Googles and stuff like that, how do we know that everything that's even out there is the truth?
We don't know. You live life. That's what I was saying. Knowledge is a gift and a curse, because once you do find out that they playing you, you get irritated. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, man? Learning too much is bad, but then you got to know how to control it. You control it, and you just move along, because people take advantage. I mean, all you got to do is watch American Greed and how people steal money from you. Yeah. People go to church every Sunday and believe in a man who got a white collar around his neck, right? And, yeah, you want to believe in him, but here's the facts. Say you go to church for 20, 30, 40 years. You're giving 10% of your earnings. Now, 20, 30 years later, you got cancer, your wife just got sick, you're not working. You walk up to the pastor one Sunday and say, Pastor Henry, can I talk to you for a minute? I lost my job, my wife is sick, we have nowhere to go. And I'm looking at my receipts, and over 15 years, I've given you $209,000 for this church. Is there any way you can help me out? And that pastor would say, Sister Ann, can you come here for a minute and let's pray for Brother Kirkland here? Mm-hmm. He's not going to say, yo, we're going to give you $100,000. Mm-hmm. Or he's going to say, let's do a GoFundMe. Everybody in the congregation will put money into this GoFundMe, but the pastor will be in control of the GoFundMe. Right. So once he raised $29,000, guess what? He's going to take a little bit for himself, for the church. That's going to be an excuse. We had to take this for the church. But you get the rest of this $209,000. I got $8,000 for you.
That's true though.
That's something.
That's true. People definitely skim off the top.
A little something.
Nah, man. But I mean, TK.
These are facts, yo.
Yeah, these are facts. I mean, because like you said, there's always like a lie in something. Like, and it seems like to me, TK, like throughout civilizations and just decades of human history or whatever, the truth has always kind of changed. Like, I mean, again, I forget your exact. What's your birthday?
The truth has changed?
April 3rd. My birthday's April 3rd, but I celebrate my birthday every day.
Bingo.
As you should.
Yeah, because I always say I don't let the world dictate to me. I dictate to the world.
So, with that being said, around your birthday, the solar eclipse was about to happen.
Yes,
right?
sure was.
So solar eclipse was about to happen and stuff. And it's one of these things like, had we been born 200, 300 years ago, we might have been in some kind of tribe out there that believe like, now it's time to sacrifice.
Right.
We got to sacrifice
So
you.
true.
Like,
right.
Somebody would have lined up like, it's just my day.
Right.
But now we know this is just like, planetary beings out there. And this is something that they actually end up doing just because this is what the solar system does.
Years ago, it was crazy. Even down with the women today don't even know the history of the bathing suit.
I don't know the history of the bathing suit, TK.
Back in the 60s, you couldn't show your body. Mm-hmm. Your bathing suit had to be an inch above your knee. Yeah. And they actually had female cops on the beach. They had a ruler that would measure. And if it wasn't an inch, you would get a ticket and go to jail. Yeah. Women don't understand that women just got bank accounts in 1972. Mm-hmm. A savings account in 1972.
Shit.
That ain't that long
ago. We didn't have rights, man.
Yeah, women haven't had rights a long time. Females was allowed to get a bank account in 1972. Mm-hmm.
Do you think these have all been like incremental goals, if you will, that have just been? Because what I'm trying to say is basically, do you think the government's always been trying to make women just be independent? But
I just think the people in government makes bad decisions. Mm-hmm. And all you have to do is just put 12 people in the room on a topic, and you're never really going to get 12 people to agree on something. Mm-hmm. You can get someone to force that 11th person to change their mind, but everybody just sees the world different. Like, just take the Rodney King case when all those cops beat him. Well, a white jury saw it differently compared to black people. Right. We saw a black man getting his ass whooped. Mm-hmm. White people saw it like, that those strikes wasn't really hitting them. It's just crazy. People see what they want to see. Mm. They really do. And that's why you get to be my age. If you had two good friends, you winning.
Mm. That's a blessing.
It's hard to find good friends.
It's hard to find good friends.
Especially as you get older. Yeah. It's really hard to find good friends.
Yeah. Some people will play you. Like I saw an article today, a girl in Kenya, happened in 2021. She opened up a nail salon or a spa, and they poisoned her. She died. Her own friends. I saw another article, a girl on her job got promoted, and her girlfriend was so jealous, she killed her. Damn. These are people that say they're friends. Look about the girl who went to Dubai or Mexico.
Yeah, she went down in Mexico.
Yeah, with her friends, and they killed her, and they didn't even arrest the girl who was known for it. They whooped this girl's butt. Yep. Now, so you going out of the country with so-called friends, and nobody talks about that story that much. I always want to happen to that girl get caught, but that girl whooped that girl's butt, and I hope somebody in her family track her down, because you got to have one of them people in your family. You do something to my sister or brother, I'm going to chill back for a minute, but in 5-6 years, I'm going to get you.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Because, TK, you ain't been in Milwaukee since 1988, all right? It's 2024 now. Just over the past month, we actually had a gruesome killing here that happened.
Okay.
Young lady, 19 years old. Her name is Sade Robinson, a young black woman, goes on a date with a dude by the name of Maxwell Anderson.
The white dude.
You heard about
that
it?
was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That was their first date.
First date, bro.
Yeah. So I saw that, and I didn't even put two and two together about Milwaukee. Yeah, she went on the first date, and he chopped her up.
Crazy.
And they found her body parts in different parts of the city.
They're still finding parts.
Yeah, still finding body parts. Yeah.
Still finding them.
And that's why you say to a black woman, just don't go out with anybody. You say to a black woman, black or white, right? Because black men just do as bad. I don't think we're going to cut you up, though. Only OJ cut you up. Like, OJ will cut you up. Like, but white people, they'll eat you and bury. This is just facts. White people,
real. I said that, bro.
White people will put you in the wall behind the painting. And have everybody over your house. You sitting there eating dinner, and I don't know what happened to Stacy. No, damn Stacy's behind the painting, yo. Stacy is behind the painting, or they bury you in the basement because white people have all this stuff to lumber at Home Depot. They got accounts at Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
So they know how to go get the equipment, chop you up. Black people ain't got time for that. We ain't cutting you up. We ain't gonna get no saw. We ain't gonna. You know how much patience is to dig a hole in the basement, and then go to the store get cement.
Right.
Put the cement over and then paint the whole floor. Yeah. Right? Because they're going to do blood tests. White people will do that. They put you in the painting. They put you in luggage. Yeah. Yo, they'll cut you up and fold you up and put you in luggage in the closet. Yo. So, listen to me. When they did Jeffrey Dahmer, see, if that would have been a Karen. See, it was a black woman. They gave the white man a pass. She saw them crazy people coming at 2 o'clock in the morning. She smelled that stuff. It smelled worse than chitlins. You know what I'm saying? But she let it go, Jeffrey. Let it have been a white woman, and Jeffrey was bringing all them people over there. Jeffrey, goddamn it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and all this traffic coming. And what the hell is that smell coming out of your apartment? Now, I'm going to tell the manager on Tuesday, if you don't have this smell cleaned up, Jeffrey, we're going to, no, a black one, like, oh, Jeffrey, just what probably white people do. We give them a pass because we mentally programmed to think that they kind of always right.
Because they're not going to listen to us anyway.
Right. But a white woman would have walked in on Jeffrey, she could have saved a lot of people's lives. Yeah, she could. She could have got Jeffrey when he only killed 2 people.
Yeah. Whew.
Something to think about.
Whew.
What's going on in Milwaukee?
Thanks, TK. Thank you, bro. But no, that's hilarious, fam. Because honestly, so just the other day, because we do our podcast, Jammin with Juice. That was one of the things we were actually talking about, though. Like, I kind of went down a rabbit hole because honestly, all the crazy white people who have killed people literally come from Wisconsin. Like Ed Gein, he was really the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude. Like,
right.
They made the. Silence of the Lambs, based off of Ed Gein. You just mentioned Jeffrey Dahmer. We got this Maxwell.
Is Jeffrey Dahmer from Milwaukee?
Yes.
Yeah. He actually lived, you know what? Yeah, it's crazy, bro. He lived up the street from right where we at. He actually used to kick it right here in this mall.
That is insane.
Yeah, bro.
He found his victims, and remember I was telling you it was a mall. This used to be a mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would come here, found his victims sometimes. 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. When they showed the movie of him and the guys was going up to his house.
Yeah.
See, they was supposed to get played because they thought that was a rich white guy. And you got some gay men who move like women. They see a guy who's successful, they think, oh, I met a successful man. In the movie, I only watched 5 minutes of because I got my thing about the gay thing. But when I saw him, he brought them to this apartment. See how he got manipulated because the guy said, "Oh, I thought you lived such and such," and he said he made up excuse.
Yeah.
He looked out the window. Jeffrey had locked the door. Jeffrey had poured that person a drink.
Already.
And let me tell you what happened. Remember, if you watched the documentary, the guy said, "What's this fuzzy stuff in this cup?"
He still drank it.
He still drank that.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn. See, because a lot of energy.
That's serious.
Energy would tell you when you're about to get robbed. Energy would tell you when you're about to get killed. The thing that people don't do is listen to their energy.
Like that gut feeling?
Yeah, you got to listen to it. You know that you're about to die, and sometimes you'll still get in the car with the person that's about to kill you, knowing that's about to happen. Then right when he pulled the gun out, you're like, "Motherfucker, I knew it." And boom, it's too late.
Right. Dang. No, that is crazy. Like, because, you know, we do have this quote unquote, I don't know, some people will say it's a sixth sense or something, but it's really your gut telling you stuff. Like, in all honesty, like you said, you know, you really don't know who to trust out here. Like, I had a friend before who I didn't, unbeknownst to me, he was actually robbing my crib all summer long. And then I ended up finding this dude, bro. Well, not finding him, but setting him up. And he came to my crib thinking he was going to get some money. And I got to him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's one of them things where you want to trust people. And
I always say, don't trust nobody.
Don't trust nobody.
I don't care. It could be your mother, father, and people actually always remember what I'm about to tell you. If people say, "Yo, do you trust me?" Say, "I trust you today. I don't know about tomorrow, because tomorrow you could be a different person."
Yeah, you can switch up on me.
Today I trust you because you proved yourself today. I don't know how you're gonna move tomorrow.
Yeah. So how do you go about finding friends?
I don't meet friends.
You got like two.
Yeah, you got two friends.
I move by myself. I got two friends from high school. Well, really three. Yeah. And my kids are my friends.
I love that.
Yeah, my kids are my friends. I love them to death. I could trust them. Not all of them. Got a couple I really trust and love, you know. And these are just the facts. I ain't gonna sit here and lie just to be politically correct. A couple of my kids I truly love, and that's why they're gonna get most of the money when I leave this planet. Yeah, you know, my other kids they might get something because I believe in the merit system, and the merit system you never really call to check on me on my birthday. You never really call to say hello. You wasn't smart enough to say, well, whatever my father and mother got going on with their life has nothing to do with me. That's between my mother and father. My relationship with my father is a different relationship. Yeah, I hold all that account, and I'm not one of them guys. When I leave this planet, I'm gonna cry. Do I wish this would? Nah, not me.
You finna live your life out.
I'm really that G. Wrong dude. I'm a man's man. You know, I live with my decisions. It is what it is. I like smelling good. I wear fresh underwear every day. Yeah. I like putting oil beard in my beard. You know, I like going to the restaurant, sitting at the bar, having a little cigar. You know, I don't smoke it, just have it laying there, having a little Louis the 13th. And the rest is history. You know, and if I got a girlfriend, you know, she's laying on my chest a few hours later, we sitting there and we talking, loving her down the way she should. And I'm gonna get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and read the paper.
You know,
you got your routine down.
Straight up.
Yeah, I'm supposed to. I'm an OG.
How did you, you know, because one thing that I believe, I think you said this before. I think you were doing either an interview with the Breakfast Club or it was with Vlad, but it was like some way, somehow you were able to find yourself and reinvigorate yourself inside of this, like, I guess, newfound media. Like, how did you even link up with like Vlad TV or even Breakfast Club?
Everything is just being at the right place, like just the same way you found me. Yeah. You know, same thing with Vlad. I did the Breakfast Club, and one thing led to another. Before I got to my car, Vlad had reached out to me, and this is before I understood numbers and views. Like, you know, I'm really still learning this stuff to this day about buying time on Facebook and Instagram. Understand who's your target audience, how to spend money in each market that you go to for advertising. Because on Monday, everybody, my merchandising drops on TK_Kirkland. I'm starting to sell my merchandising for the first time in a long time because I couldn't find a strong team. Gotcha. So now I got a QR code. We'll be able to promote it on my social media.
Is that your Instagram, ain't it?
Yeah, it's my Instagram. TK so I'm going to promote it like a regular show. Promote and spend money to make money. So I'm going to promote my my clothing line, T-shirts would say "Stay low key, flex occasionally." Who raised you? I'm gonna have the cups, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be. I'm excited about it. Another stream of revenue and other kind of stuff. But Vlad saw me, and I just you watch me. I don't say no goofy stuff. I'm not on there just saying stuff to get people to. Listen to me. I say what's in my heart. And people pick up on it. And I remember being in the airport, this gentleman walked up on me and he said, "Man, you could just tell you're so genuine." And that's, I think, what the world gets. That they could tell I'm genuine.
Like you said, any interview I've ever seen you do, it's never, you trying to be a shock jock or anything like that. You just are who you are. You know, you see how you do, and you speak from your perspective.
Yes, and I talk about everything. Talk about how to handle haters. I talk about, because I still learn too. I had situations where I had haters. I had people who was clickbait, and I had people who misunderstood certain situations. They'll go on the internet, and the people who want to gravitate towards them will believe those things happen. And but then you got to have the strength and power to know, those things are not true. You keep moving, and the other day I talked about being an eagle.
Yeah.
People are like, what do you mean? And I said, if you know the history, because again I read, eagles get attacked too by crows, but eagle doesn't fight back a crow. He doesn't attack them. The eagle soars to higher heights because as the altitude goes up, the crow can't deal with the altitude, so they can't breathe, so they fall off and die. And I tell people, become an eagle, fly high, and let the crows fall off.
That's love.
Yeah, that's deep.
Fly like an eagle. Shout out Marquette.
Well, Marquette said the Eagles?
Yeah, the Golden Eagles.
My high school is Case High School. Shout out to our Eagles, too.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
No, okay.
Yeah, but y'all talk about something totally different.
Yeah.
No,
but
sure.
eagles, I'm just saying eagles, that's a good mythology to have, or good philosophy to have to say rise.
Yeah.
To go to greater heights that you never have to deal with those people again. Because some people say to you, TK, don't forget where you come from. And I say, do you know where I've been? Maybe I'm supposed to forget where I came from.
It's interesting.
So you're on your comedy tour right now, right?
Yes.
It's called Who Raised You?
No.
No?
My tour is called Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What was the Who Raised You one?
Yeah,
or
Who Raised You was a long time ago.
Oh.
See, people still say Who Raised You, but I came out with Who Raised You back in 2008. So
It's catchy.
It's still catchy, and it's taking on its whole meaning. People to this day still say Who Raised You. I talk about it every now and then in my stand-up.
Yeah.
Because people really love it, and I switch it up as much as I can. But this one's called Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
We kick off again on May 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio, at the House of Blues. Then the week after that, we're in Birmingham, Alabama. But for tickets, go to livenation.com. May 2nd, I'm in New Jersey at the Scottish Rite Theater with a gentleman named G. Ellis. I forgot the young lady's name, but I'm doing a show May 2nd at the Scottish Theater in Camden, New Jersey. So I'm excited about that as well.
What is so different about this tour versus all the other ones that you've been on?
There's nothing different. The money's the same. It's a little better. It's consistent. I'm always about my bread. I'm always about getting my money because you can't take it with you, but at least I know I got it. That's my thing. I got it.
You're going to pass it along to your kids.
I'm going to pass it along. Yep. If I don't spend all of it before I leave here.
We got fans outside.
Straight up. You know what? Question, TK. All right, because we are in a new world. We got technology out here and all these other things. Do you think AI will ever affect like the comedy game? And if so, how?
It's a good question. I see artificial intelligence really doing a lot to having security robots roaming your house now. Just saw that earlier today.
That's
they
crazy.
got a machine that will sit on a deck, and when people walk over your house, the machine will get off and actually walk around.
Little rolly thing.
Not a real rolly thing.
Not the small rolly
No,
thing?
no.
Okay, it's a
It get
different
off
one.
this thing and actually patrol your area in your home.
What's it called?
I forgot the name of it, but
look this up.
it's crazy. So AI has done so much. You see how it's taken all the workers, people are losing jobs slowly, but people don't see it. I don't know how it can affect stand-up comedy. I think that it's hasn't got there yet, but I think it's kind of hard to AI to really
Replicate
impersonate a comedian. I mean, you could probably do his voice and all that kind of stuff, but if you understand catalog, like I always try to teach young comedians about catalog. A lot of people don't know about catalogs. What I did was I created this thing where comedians should always get a catalog. If you've been in the business a long time, my goal is I'm about to put some people on to do this. You get them on podcasts, you get them on they stuff on Pandora, you get them their own radio station, and every 3 months you get a check because you have a catalog from SoundCloud through your own radio station. Like my goal now is to give young men who I'm about to sign, I'm gonna get them on certain things, and I'm gonna give them their own production company.
What?
Yeah, that way they could put out their own movies, they could sell it, and get a check instead of having to wait for Netflix.
Right.
See, that's the goal. The goal is to put people in a position not to think they have to go to Netflix. I'm not against Netflix. I'm just saying you funny now.
Yeah.
You ain't got to wait for Netflix to book you. Shoot your own special. Have your fans and them follow you. I'll get you on Tubi. I'll get you on Apple. I'll get you on Facebook. I'll get you on Amazon. All that stuff. That's the capability. But I've been real careful on who I've been picking and choosing. Now that things are the way I want them, I'm thinking about starting that back up again.
That's fire, TK, because, again, we always need an OG, somebody who can actually, again, lead the way and, like, give us some kind of guidance, because we all trying to figure it out.
Right. It's important. That's why I wanted to come. I felt special about coming. Even when I was driving down here, it was just a good drive. And I'm really looking forward to when I leave here, eat, because I'm going to have you pay for it, though. Just want to let you know.
What you plan to eat?
I don't know. What's so funny about me?
Yeah.
Even when a female takes me out on a date, I'm a cheap date because I'm so thoughtful of the person spending their money on me.
Got you.
I might get a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I might get an apple. I had a birthday and one of my friends asked me when she was gonna buy me this Versace shirt, and I said no. I said don't do that. Give me some underwear because I'm an underwear, but like underwear, socks, and cologne. Hands down is the most important thing to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, my underwear game got to be cold. Like, I don't care. I got the...
You need the Calvin Klein or something?
Yeah, Calvin Klein polo.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wear the even more expensive, but it's just the name. But underwear game got to be on point. I got to smell good.
Yeah.
I got to have the beard oil. I got to take a nice shower. Just like I said when I hugged her. You heard what she said? Damn.
Okay. That's funny. No, but he did smell good. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, you smell nice.
Noni juice funny, man. That's
I like
funny.
scents, so
Hey, you get it how you live. You know what? With that being said, though, TK, another question I want to ask you before you get up out of here and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Like, honestly, what's the most important thing to you in life? Like I know the T-shirt and drawers and stuff is important, but what's the most number one most important thing to you? Like,
the most important thing to me is peace of mind. Peace of mind is the greatest thing because once you see, I've lost it a couple of times.
Interesting.
See, when you lose peace of mind, your world is in shambles, and you fight for the rest of your life to get peace of mind again. Like you do anything in the world to get it. Like you crawl, work hard, make selfish choices because you know what peace of mind is. When you get it, you'll never let it go. You lose a couple times. I lost a couple times. I'll never lose it again. It's everything to me. It's the foundation that I live life on. It's the way I think and move, to wake up happy, to wake up that no one can. That's why it's very important who I talk to in the morning. If there's nobody that has the energy that's important to me, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
Whoever you talk to in the morning has the ability to affect your day. So choose who you talk to in the morning wisely. If that person brings negativity or they're complaining about something, doesn't mean they're bad people. Talk to them in the afternoon. It won't affect your day.
Yeah.
But anything from 7 to noon, that should be for the universe, the Lord, or just quiet time if you get that kind of time.
Yeah.
But peace of mind is the most important thing to me.
That's love.
Yeah, peace of mind.
I love that. That's somewhat biblical too.
Yeah, peace of mind. No doubt about it. I'm happy. You see, I walked in this mug. I'm happy, yo.
No, you was chilling.
I'm happy. I had my little vanilla man. You can't tell me nothing.
Right.
My credit good. I'm fly as an OG.
Yeah.
I got AARP.
That's a flex.
Got Medicare A and B. I got the young girls loving me from 22 on up to 60-something years old. They respecting the man. I've beaten all the odds of being 60. I don't have erectile dysfunction. My body's in shape. I still can give a PDD. That's a proper. You know what?
Chill out.
I do it. And now I got my money right, so I could treat people even better. It don't get no better than that.
Yeah. I can only pray that I, make it to your age.
Yeah, that's the goal. Because your goal is, can you make it another 30-something years or longer? See, I did it. A lot of people who will listen to this, they're not gonna make it to 60-something years old.
That's an actual, that's a tough fact.
That's
a tough fact. Like I talk about from time to time, like, when you're a kid, you kind of think like, oh man, I'm gonna be an old man. I'm gonna be an old man one day. But like, as I've grown, I mean, I'm only 31 now, about to be 32 in a few weeks. But I've seen friends pass away. I've seen loved ones pass away, and it just puts things into perspective for you. Like, bro, everybody's not finna make it.
Everybody's not gonna make it. Yeah.
Since as we get older, we see our parents get older and our family members, and a lot of people aren't even making it to like 80 anymore. They're not making it past like 75.
Yeah, just even 50, 60 years ago, people didn't live past 50. You can Google this. This is the longest people are living, and they're predicting us to live longer. I'm trying to get 40 more summers.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's my goal. I'm 64. I'm trying to get 40 more summers on this planet. Because I'm loving this.
No, I mean, life is definitely beautiful. I know your boy Eddie only said, well, you're lucky if you get 75 summers. You're lucky if you get 75.
I don't even use that, and no disrespect right now is about what TK says. We're not gonna talk. I'm just being funny, it's being hilarious.
I know the history.
Yeah. No. I have nothing against my man. That happened when I was 21, 22 years old. Yeah. Yeah, it's just life. Yeah, but now it's 60-something. Yeah, we made it. Like I said, want to get 40 more summers. 40 more summers would be cool. If not longer.
What's next up for you?
What's next up? Do these shows, stay consistent, stay quiet until it's time to drop what I got to do. Yeah, that's the key. You wanna be on social media telling the world what you've accomplished. But the goal is wisdom teaches you to shut up, stay quiet, and then when the things happen, boom, you can mention it. And what I got coming really gonna change. It's gonna be amazing when you see it. Yeah, that's the thing I like about the stuff I do. Like, yo, how did he pull this off? So that's it. That's all you could do.
Nah. I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead, babe. I love you guys' questions too. It's good.
Thank you.
I know you've been following what's going on with this Drake this Kendrick this, all this stuff.
Yeah, Drake.
I just want to know, what is your honest opinion on what is going on right now? Like, would you consider this hip hop still?
I had this conversation with my friend the other day, and I thought that Rick, and I know Rick Ross very well. Yeah. I think that he's being petty. But my homie told me that TK is good for hip hop. He said hip hop needs this because Drake is not Drake. Rick Ross is not selling that many albums, so he's being able to be relevant in this game. These are the stories that we have. But I can't. Again, I said, if you was in front of me, I would punch you in your arm. Same way, you can't allow people to say certain things. Yeah. The goal in life is to become so rich. There's some things we can call it niggerish stuff you don't do no more in life. The goal in life is to become such a great man that your character, the way you move, is so fly that you are respected as soon as you walk in the door. When you see people who get successful still have ways that's so embarrassing, as a man, you go, yo, what are you doing? Everybody that I know will want to be the kind of person you are financially. The thing with life is that we always praise the person with the most money. We always praise the person who got the most money, go, yo, he got to be right, or he's my leader, or I respect him because of the money. Yeah. Again, it's like we said at the beginning of this conversation, what is the character of the person who has the money? Because a fool can have a lot of money. A lot of fools have met women that was rich, but they was horrible people. So just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that that person is the person that should lead you. The person that should lead you should be honorable, a person that could teach you every day to make you better, because success at a young age creates ego. Success at a older age creates character. See, when people get money too young, their egos kick in. This is the reason why R. Kelly, the Puffies, the Russell Simmons have had their issues, because they got money when they were young and didn't have to work hard to build character. And people who have worked hard, who got successful in their 60s, got successful in their 70s, had character because they understood how hard it was to get it, what it took, how you become a man, and how you move differently through this world. And that's how I tell people, run your race, be honorable. Whether you're a horrible person now, I'm here to tell you can grow to be honorable and be a better man. And one of the examples I talk about is Maya Angelou. When she was 22, she died at 22. She died as a prostitute.
Wow.
Yeah, see, people don't know that.
Yeah.
When you talk about Malcolm X, his name was Dirty Red in Detroit. He was a hustler and a pimp. If he'd died at a young age, he'd have died a hustler. Barry White, the singer, was a car thief when he was young and turned out to be Barry White, right? Let's take Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane went to prison, came out, and he looked like a model, executive businessman, got still married. It's like, it's so many great things. Character is the most phenomenal thing a man or woman could have. And these things is no way, and while I'm on this planet, I will always stick to that character and the things that I wish for everybody who's watching, everybody's listening to your program, that you achieve peace of mind and longevity. I hope that you live longer than me, so you can see how this world can really treat you. And if anybody's disagreed to anything I say, I always say, if you live to be my age or longer, one day you'll say T.K. Kirkland was right. I guarantee it. Some people your age, they don't get it. I don't know what he's talking about. But if you stay on this planet, if you get the opportunity to live till you're 60, I put on everything, you will say I was right.
I hope to say that.
I hope you live to be my age, young man.
Yeah,
I hope you live longer than I'm on this planet. I'm trying to get 40 more.
Yeah.
So I hope I don't see you leave. I don't want to be on the news. I'm like, yo, my man been jamming. I said, just talking to him. Man, that's crazy.
Right.
I want to do that, yo.
I feel like
I want to do that. I want to be in, I don't believe in assisted living, so I'm going to have my little money set together.
Right.
Make
sure you straight.
Well, we got to bring you back whenever you come back to Milwaukee. I know whenever you're on any other show, you say, I'm going to make sure I come back next year.
Right. That's so true. I'm
when
gonna
are
come back.
you going to come back? Well, I don't know when you want to say you're going to come back, but we got to have you back whenever
I think my phone died, too.
Oh, no. That's messed up.
Yeah. It just went down.
Shoot, you Android over there?
No,
you got a
do you
charger?
think that's an Android?
Yeah, this a wireless charger.
Oh,
right
let me see it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, I got a real charger.
You guys are cool. Oh, y'all got the real technology. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See this thing.
Okay.
Awesome.
So real quick.
Oh yeah, the battery was dead.
Yep. You good now?
So I'm gonna have y'all treat me to dinner, and I would like to take this battery thing with me as a gift.
I can't give you the battery thing. No.
No. I want to take the battery thing as a gift. You can't tell me no. No, you can't tell me no. And I'm gonna tell you why you can't tell me no.
You know why?
If you knew how much I spent to keep my word. Because I almost asked you for a few dollars when I came. And I said, I gotta keep my word. I'm not gonna do that to him. So I really think this is gonna be in the gift bag.
You know what? Hey,
we'll buy another.
Nobody heard that.
I like her. See, she understands.
We'll find it. But I did want to ask you this one last
Hospitality,
question. Hospitality always comes first. I mean, I would say really, honestly, respect comes first. Like respect. I always try to push respect at the end of the day. I think that's one of the most valuable morality somebody could actually have about themselves, just being a respectable person. But the other day when we did our podcast, Jammin with Juice, we had a question that we posed, and the question was, would you rather live a life of peace and happiness, or would you rather live with some kind of risk
or challenge?
Or
so,
it was like live a life with no trouble.
Yeah, so because I love y'all. This is something that I want y'all to do after I leave here.
Okay.
I want y'all to pay attention to the person that you're interviewing.
Yep.
Because think about the question you just asked me.
Mm-hmm.
You said, what would I rather have? And the question before that, you said, TK, what's the most important thing you cherish in life? I said, peace of mind. So I'm answering your question. It's the same question, just set up a different way. Peace of mind is everything, the most important.
So let me rephrase my question.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that.
Because basically, I really mean since the beginning of your life, right? Like early 20s. Would you rather just live a straight peaceful life to where everything is comfortable? People are bringing you things such as like, hey, I don't gotta go out there hustle for my food. I don't gotta work. Almost as if you lived life as a monk.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you actually have some kind of risk involved?
Well, I think you sitting here talking to me tells you that answer. Because the reason why I say that, because everything that I've gone through has made me the man that I am today.
Yeah.
Got you.
No regret.
See, a lot of people know about my crime back in my days, right? But a lot of people don't know I used to be a teacher at Montclair State University. A lot of people don't know that I was also a professor at Upward Bound and at Montclair State University. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I taught the first grade at Cal State Northridge in after-school programs. A lot of people don't know that I used to raise money for Maxine Waters when she was running for Senate of the United States of America. A lot of people don't know that I was one of the top people in Nelson Mandela when he got out of prison to host his events around the United States of America. Yo, I've done all this stuff, yo. A lot of people don't know, the political side of me. Yeah. How I raised money for hundreds and hundreds of policymakers in this country. The only people know me from NWA, Jay-Z, 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. But I've also had the other side, how my brain is going fog, but what's the attorney name that got O.J. Simpson off?
Man. Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran. That's used to be close friends when I was in college. Yeah. Go to the barbershop on Terrell 2's and on La Brea Avenue. All these people have been my friends. So yeah, I've had and still am having an extraordinary journey on this planet. And it only becomes real when I talk about it to you guys, right? Because I'm like, wow, when I hear it, I'm blown away. Like, wow, I really, because they call me the Forrest Gump of hip hop.
That's straight up.
Yeah, that's what they call me, like Forrest Gump hip hop. So, it goes to show you I wasn't just sitting around. Yeah. I was getting things done with my life. I love that. Mm-hmm. And it goes back to my mother when she was alive. She used to always say when I was a kid, I never let any dust get under my feet, meaning I was always on the go. I'm never going to stay in one place. But what keeps me motivated, too, is I do think about death every day.
Really?
And my accountant always said to me that was a good thing. He said, because you'll never waste time. See, I think about death every day.
That was one of Steve Jobs' mantras. He was always thinking about death each and every day.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think about that. So it keeps me going.
Mm. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
T to the mother love K
yes,
is
sir.
in the building.
No, what's nice is that you gave me this battery thing. Yeah. Even though your friend had to convince you to give it to me. Hey. I can't wait to go out and get something to eat and send you the bill. Because it's not gonna be that expensive. You're gonna be like, whoa, he is so cool.
It's all good, TK.
Yeah.
I like your attitude.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. If I was younger, girl, I'd holler at you. I promise you. You know, I just don't see myself coming to Milwaukee, so I have to fly you out of town.
Listen, Milwaukee is a really great place. I know we talked a little bit about the Jeffrey Dahmers and stuff. Should I make him guess, like how he guesses you?
Why not?
I'll make you guess.
You about 28, 29 years old.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. And if I was being a player, I could really snatch you up. But I wouldn't want to do that to you because you'd be confused for the rest of your. Oh my God, you'd be confused. Funny. Yeah, so some men have the ability to confuse a young woman. I wouldn't do that to you.
Like manipulate them?
Not manipulate, because sex is sex, conversation is conversation. I would give you knowledge to get you ready for the man you will be with for the rest of your life without even touching you.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's deep. See, I got your attention already.
No, I'm just thinking like, but that's your attention. I already got that one.
No, I'm going to tell you why you don't have that one. Because you're only 28 years old. And the person that you're dating hasn't been on this planet more than over 50-something years.
Okay.
This is a fact.
No, I see. It's like the wisdom. Like you were saying,
the person that you're dating.
Since I'm 28, I've only been an adult for 10 years.
You've only been an adult for 10 years. And how old is the person you're dating?
29.
Yeah, you don't have enough experience to tell you what I'm going to tell you.
Okay, what about him.
Yeah,
he was with his girl for like 7 years.
Yeah, but it's good that they're together.
Yeah.
Because he's been caught in mistakes, and his girl helps balance him out, and vice versa. And the way I see it, they'll be together forever. You know how I know that?
Why?
Because she was here when I walked in.
Hey.
That means they do this together.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Thank you, TK. Yes.
Yeah, and he likes her. He likes her. He genuinely wants her around. There's some people that got a girlfriend, they don't want them around them. All right, baby, I'll see you later. Like, I got a girlfriend, you can't be around me. Yeah. Because I'm just an introvert. I just want to have time to myself. But he loves his woman. Right. So the first thing my thoughts of him was nice guy, loves his girl, treats her good, and he's a nice person. Right. She's here on a Saturday with her man. That means they are bonded. Locked. Your friend, the guy that you're dating, y'all have a good time, you know.
No, he do the same thing. He be here.
He be here too?
He be here. Like, Ben, let him know how much Corey be around.
Shout out to my boy Corey, man.
Yeah, shout out to Corey.
He holds me down. I know you watching, babe.
He come today, but
we're not saying that he's a bad guy. I'm just saying there's no way he can have the wisdom that I could give you.
But he's wise.
I'm so cold with this game that I can convince him to let me date you and then bring you back.
That would never work.
That
would never work.
This teaches mother loving K.
I don't know exactly.
I know.
I don't know.
I be knowing.
But see, here's the thing though. I don't even want to test that. And Corey, if you're watching, until my friends is watching, I don't want people to think that I'm being flirtatious.
Right,
but if I wasn't going that direction and I felt that you should be with me, there's ways I could convince him. Look, can I talk to you for a minute, brother?
Oh, wow.
He'll come over and talk to me.
Have you done that a lot?
Watch what I'm about to tell you. I got some cold game. You know, I remember being in Arizona, met a guy, he's with his girl. And I said, yo, that's your girl? He said, yeah. I said, yo, you should let me have her. He said, what? I said, yeah, you should let me have her. I wound up flying her out. She was still living with him. I had convinced him to let me take this girl with me. We enjoying life, drop top Benz in Miami, hanging out in Atlanta, hanging out in Alabama. He got so insecure, he sent the police looking for her like she was kidnapped. Yeah. She had to call him on the phone and say, listen, you agreed to this, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm with TK. This is a true story. If you ever meet a kid named Special K, he works with my boy in Dallas on the radio station. Name a comedian. He's about the church guy. Why am I brain?
Out in Dallas, though?
Yeah, it's Dallas from Atlanta.
He's a church guy?
Yeah.
He's on the radio or he's a comedian?
He's on the radio. He's a comedian. Ricky Smiley.
Oh, wait, Ricky Smiley did
Man, why couldn't I think
know
of it?
Ricky Smiley did pastor work.
Yeah, right. I call him like a pastor. So he does church comedy. But Special K works with Ricky Smiley. And Special K was one of the promoters I was doing the show with. And Special K knows that story. It's insane that this actually really happened.
Oh, wow. Yikes.
Yeah, this is a fact.
Sorry to that man.
Yeah, this is a fact.
See, to the mother loving K, man.
Yeah, I was cold with it when I was a young kid.
Yeah. Man, you're pretty easy to talk to. You know, I see why you and Vlad got so many hours to like just. Man. Because, bro, we've been here for like 3 hours just chopping it up.
It's been 3 hours?
It's been a very long time.
It's 4:13 right now.
That's crazy.
Straight up. Yeah, this been easy.
Yeah, no wonder my battery died.
Yeah. I feel like my phone done died over there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Put 3 hours in. Yeah, it's easy to talk to. A lot of people don't have that ability.
The gift of God.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Believe it or not, I used to think that was a horrible philosophy because I came up in the streets.
Got you.
So if you had the gift of gab, people thought you was a con artist.
A swindler.
Yeah, thought you was a swindler. Yeah. So that's what made me more brutal with my replies and answers. So no one could think left or right. Or think black or white.
Yeah.
I'm so brutal that we're going to cut that out. By the way I answer you, you're going to know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a brutal answer. Because if I tiptoe around the answer, you could take it either way. Right. And I don't do that.
I just want to say right now, we got a people on the chat that I wanted to shout out.
Yeah, let's do that. Some
The people on the chat, before you go, shout out to Eastside Corey. He's one of our listeners, been listening to us for a very long time.
Yes.
He says, I love your stand-up. What is your take on relationships between black men and black women right now? How can we get the black family back together through comedy?
Oh, that is so true. But honestly, like the thing, I think our black women need to stop talking about the black man too much, about how we ain't SHIT or how we don't accomplish things. You know why? Black women talk about the black man so bad, but do you know we don't know nothing about the Chinese? We don't know nothing about the other nationalities. You don't never hear they women talk about their men. We're the only ones our women are the only women that talk about how the men aren't anything.
I mean, but
that's deep.
It is deep. I mean, but don't you think that's also, because we've been stripped of our original culture?
But that's the reason why we got people like me to teach, to share the information. That's why I'm answering the question for the young man.
Right.
See, we answering it, and it starts by that, because the white man is horrible too. The Chinese man is horrible too. But we never think of them. Mexican man horrible too. But you never hear about they girls talk about my baby daddy, or he ain't SHIT, or he's a cheater.
Yeah.
But black men are so thrown under the bus so much from so different ways, from the white man, from the government, from our own women. That is just sad. So we have this reputation. Even when people come from this other countries into America and they get their green card, do you know when they're signing the paperwork, they are spoken to, stay away from black people? This is
I heard that multiple times, dog. Like multiple times.
They're told to stay away.
They told to not deal with the black man. That's how crazy the government is. Now, not only that, if you go into the black communities, you see the Chinese and different nationalities with front stores, right? Because they'll get money from the government to come here. I tell people now, you had the migrants that came in, that Biden let in here at alarming rate, right? That they had the bus to different parts of the country. By law, the states, when they come there, has to take care of those people. So let's say the people who's on Section 8 or people getting vouchers, those people had to move out of their homes to let the migrants in. So I tell people who got moved out of the homes, now you got to go to Mexico and pretend that you're Mexican. So you can come back as a migrant just to get $40,000, get a check and a credit card so you can live a good life. Who is making these decisions? So that's my answer to the young man. Anybody else? Let's get some more questions in here.
That's real. Ben Jammin got to go down and come back. Mi llamo es Benjamin.
Yeah, exactly. You got to come back as a Mexican.
Thanks.
They're just saying how much they love you and they see you all the time. So they're excited. They're listening in.
Oh, that is so cool. When I come back, we got to come. We got to promote my show so we could do a great thing.
Yes.
And even before I hear y'all gotta promise me every week, every day that y'all come on, that like TK's coming, we got to go see TK.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I came. I wanted to make sure that when I come back, we are on fire, and I wanted to be the truth. 101.7 FM.
Yeah.
That yo, we got TK coming. And I need you to be behind my show. And I'll be back in a few months.
Yeah, no problem.
So
of course. We just build a relationship.
Right, yeah. He'll come in and set the foundation.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate this.
It was a pleasure. Juicy?
Noni juice.
Noni juice?
Yeah.
Noni juice.
Always keeping it juicy.
Yeah. I was always keeping it juicy.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Corey.
Corey, when he making love to you, does he say Noonie?
It's Noni.
Oh, Noni. Noni, it's really juicy.
Wow, no.
He doesn't say that?
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that?
No.
We got to make sure that he says that to you.
Facts.
He needs to say that.
Say my tagline?
Yeah, he's supposed to say, Noni. It's really juicy.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, it's important. I hope he's watching it.
He probably is.
So when he's touching, like when he's doing it, he kissing. Noni.
Always keeping
it's really
it
juicy, Noni. That's what I'm saying.
No, I feel what you're saying.
He wants to uplift you.
Right.
Inspire you. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I want him to say that the myth is true.
Next time you come, I'm going to be like, hey, you got to come up here and talk to this man. Y'all got to meet each other.
It's like, Noni. It's really juicy.
Oh, wow. He just commented. He said, all right, now, OG, that is enough.
Oh, so he watching. He know what's up. He know what's up.
He was laughing.
Yeah, I love him too. Yeah, he like a brother to me. He don't even know. You know, I just want him to say that. I know he laughing. I know he laughing.
Yeah, no, he's laughing.
You know he laughing. He's like, oh my God, TK, the truth.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, no, we really appreciate you for coming through, holding your
100%.
word, like holding your word. You know, that's why you can take the charge.
That's what I love you for that. You my girl for that, huh?
I'll help you with the bill.
I couldn't believe he was hesitant to even do it.
Because it ain't ours. We don't own it.
Oh, okay.
But we'll just find another one.
Right, that's it.
We'll have it by Monday.
Yeah,
it's all good. We'll get another
You know,
one.
if you got Amazon Prime,
I got Amazon Prime.
Yeah, have it be here by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before I go out, before I get to where I'm going to eat, you can boom, be in 20. Might come tonight.
Right.
They got extra $8 to come same day.
You know what I'm saying? Between 5 to 10.
Yep. See, you know.
I got my Amazon
Right.
Prime.
It's all good. They do
But
same
yes, Truth Nation, Juicy Jammers. That's our name for our
Juicy
Jammers. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Appreciate you, TK Kirkland in the building.
Listen, I really enjoyed you. This is the best decision I made in a Well, I make good decisions.
Yeah.
But this is one of them. I'm glad that I still showed up. I'm glad.
Too.
Yeah, I'm glad that
You
I
gotta go
came
to the
back
Bucks
with
game tomorrow. You gotta go. Go to the Bucks game
I might
tomorrow.
go.
You know, enjoy yourself. You ain't been here since 1988.
Yeah, it's all
the
right.
city has changed.
But you know what? I could take that money, get the snacks in there.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
gonna probably go out a little later, meet somebody.
Okay.
You know, I'm a player, you know. And because I got the whole presidential suite at the Renaissance. So, you know, and I had to spend no money because I travel so much. They had to upgrade me based on points.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say the AARP thing.
No. I've been in this business so long. My points are so amazing.
So high.
I'm on top tier everything, from airlines to hotels. Like I'm so high up in everything. There's not another level for me.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I love that for you.
I fly so much that in the years I pay for all my kids' airline tickets to fly to see me in different parts of the world for free.
Oh. I'm gonna have to get my points up.
You have to get your points up. You know, if you was a little older, I'd be snatching you with me. But I don't want to do that to Corey.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be in the islands about Noonie.
It's Noonie.
It's really juicy. Room service. Bottle Cristal, please. Lobster tails. You know, for Noonie.
Caviar.
Yeah, exactly. That's the name of my company. Caviar Patron.
Caviar? See?
Yeah, Caviar Patron. That's the name of my company. Sure is.
That's hard.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
God,
well,
Caviar
until next
Patron.
time, this has been Jammin' with Juice with T to the mother loving K.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
He'll be back, you guys. But yeah, I'm your girl, Noni Juice. That has been Jammin'.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. I was keeping it juicy. And yeah, take a sip on that, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.